Hey yo! Welcome to another episode of the Greenlight Weekend podcast. I'm gonna make this intro short and sweet like myself. This week we had Dave Oakley on, our good friend Dave Oakley. It was hilarious. We drank some tequila and smoked some weed and just had a fucking good time. We ended up having to stop it because we were gonna go on all night. So enjoy, you guys. I love you all. You know where to find us, GLW_podcast on Instagram, greenlightweekend@gmail.com, Greenlight Weekend on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We need to start tweeting more. I'm old and I don't care about that. I'm not that old. Check out the Whiskey Reel and the Real to Real podcast. Both those guys are awesome. Both those groups are awesome. Make sure to check out the Laugh Therapy Stand-Up Comedy Showcase this Saturday, March 16th, under the Irish Embassy Pub. Kate McLaughlin's going to be headlining. Tyrell Woodward's going to be there. Zoe Claire, $10 a person. Doors open at 7:30 and the show starts at 8. 21 and up. Not appropriate for all audiences. Oh, that's a good time for me to put our disclaimer in. Everything we say on here is alleged and can't be held against us in a court of law. Love you, motherfuckers. Enjoy the episode.
Yeah, I don't know what level you're on, man. Good boy. I'm on a level. Yeah. Everybody on my level, heating up tea kettle. Always kicking up some dirt, I never let the dust settle. Way we do it, making music records like a precious metal. Heavy metal.
Yeah, spit's great. Love spit.
Microphones.
Right in my mouth.
Open mic or spit.
That's why I love
That's how you get
the
your
idea
shots.
of this being like my mic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Especially with the foam filter and shit.
Yeah, you're the only one that uses that.
Because there's definitely spit in there. Like I've spit in this pop
100%. There's
filter
spit
so
in here
much.
too,
yeah,
man. It's just
that one's got more colorful spit. Yeah.
What's up,
Cool.
everybody? We
What's
got
up?
Dave Oakley.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Oakley.
Dave Oakley.
Oakley. Have you ever tried to use your name to like get a sweet pair of shades?
No, I
Be like,
haven't.
I'm Dave Oakley.
No, I haven't. I
You know who I am?
Everybody's always asked me that, or they ask me like, any relation to the corporation? I'm
Right.
like, yeah, that's why I'm waiting on you, making $213 an hour plus
Totally.
tips right now.
Yeah, my uncle's the owner of Oakley.
Because I'm
so
a millionaire, actually. Yeah.
just doing this for the human experience.
Yeah, but no, I never have actually tried to like trick
Finagle.
anybody. Yeah, or finagle it.
Do you know who my dad is?
Yeah. See, that's the type of things I need to start doing.
It throws
Just
me
fucking
off.
with people.
Right? It throws me off when people call you David. I guess I'm not used to
That's
it, but
just
like
what my-
Elliot calls you David.
Yeah, and probably because he hangs around me and my wife, and she only calls me David. She's
Really?
like, I like it when people call you Dave. It's just that after 9 years of being together, like she can't just switch up what she calls me.
100%.
You know, and I get that. It makes sense.
It doesn't bother you either way.
No,
You just respond.
either way, I'll respond. Yeah, I really don't care. I just started to introduce myself as Dave because it was shorter and faster. And
Right,
I don't know. That's it.
Yeah, whenever Elliot was, every time he brought you up, well, David, and it just throws me off for a second.
You're like, who's David?
I'm just not used to it.
Yeah.
Sounds so
that's
official.
funny.
It does sound
It does.
official. It sounds
Yeah, no,
grown-up as shit.
I've thought about it. Like, I think I even asked him, Elliot, when we were in Phoenix, I was like, what do you think I should introduce myself as? Should I be Dave Oakley or David Oakley? He's like, at this point, it doesn't fucking matter. And I'm like, that's a good point. It doesn't really matter right now, but I'm just trying to figure out what sounds more official in the long run.
I think Dave sounds a little more comedian-esque, and the fact that
Right.
it is your Twitter handle, there's
Right.
something there.
Dave-O, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, David Tell. Not
David
that I can
Tell.
compare myself to him, but I
Right.
mean, he doesn't go by David, even though that's his full name.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I
don't
really
think
care.
it really
it doesn't
matters.
matter.
Yeah.
I do that with Phil and Philip all the time. Most
Yeah.
people just call me Phil.
Who calls you
Yeah.
Philip?
My
Well?
mom. Not even my mom. My mom calls me Philly boy.
Philly boy.
Philly boy.
Filbert.
Does Coel call you
Filbert.
Philip?
Never.
Never.
Not really.
Unless she's pissed at
She
you.
says it to me sometimes.
Yeah, when
Like,
she's talking
where's
about
Philip?
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think. Yeah, when she. Yeah, I don't think she calls me Philip
Yeah.
to my face.
Right on.
Usually asshole, piece of shit,
Hey,
something
dick.
like that.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
Hey, you. Yeah.
It's aggressive.
Y'all want to start this with a shot of tequila?
Oh, yeah, let's take a shot of tequila.
I like.
We'll even
the
do it on
setup.
camera like fucking gentlemen.
Yeah, dude.
How's
When I have this out, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Instagram stuff.
Sweet.
Oh, I stole yours.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Son of a
No, all
bitch.
good.
I'm taking
Thieving
a
bastard.
lemon.
I'm good with no lime. Just
I
gonna
said
go
lemon.
for it.
Cheers, fellas. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for
Thanks
coming on, man.
brother.
Anytime.
Dude, that is
It is good
nice.
tequila.
That is-
Yeah.
yeah, no lime necessary.
No.
So we touched on it momentarily, but you went to Phoenix with Elliot to do comedy.
Dude, yeah, we did. We went down there for 4 nights. We did comedy every night. There was one night where he got to do a booked show that I wasn't booked for because he had been to Phoenix a year before we went.
Okay.
And that's when he made all the connections of everybody that we went down there and that put us on shows. He met all those people. And there is a show called This Week Sucks Tonight in downtown Phoenix, which
Yeah, that was streamed, right?
yeah, it is streamed on Facebook and I think somewhere else too. But it's getting huge. Like, they've been doing it 2 years, and we were at the second to last show at the venue they were at. I can't fucking remember what it was called, but they're moving. Like, the next one's going to be at Stand Up Live Phoenix, which is like where all the headliners go. It's a huge club. It's huge. So
Nice.
their show's really taken off. They don't let just anybody come on, like he had to send them a video
Right.
weeks out and ask, and then they were like, yeah, you can come on.
Totally.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I just got to watch that show, but that was brutal. I mean, did he tell you guys about that show at all?
I haven't talked to him.
yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't
Since
talked to
then,
him
okay.
then.
Well, like the format of it is, it's like set up like it's called This Week Sucks Tonight. So it's kind of like a news show at first. It starts off with them doing like funny takes on the news and stuff for like 30 minutes, and then they'd start doing stand-up, and they call you up, and they start, like, heckling you throughout your set. Like, from the beginning. Heckling you or giving you praise. Like, the
Is
first...
it like Kill Tony style, but then they do
well,
it
in Kill Tony... Yeah, but they do it...
while you're doing your set.
Yes,
so it's
exactly.
not uninterrupted.
Right, it's not uninterrupted.
crazy.
Yeah, they interrupt the shit out of you. And like... like the first guy, man, he just like kept getting super defensive and like they just
The wrong
destroyed
move.
him.
Yeah.
And then Elliot had to go next. Kat and I were like, oh my God, we were nervous for him. And he went up and within 5 seconds, he got a punchline out and got a big laugh. And they were like, ooh, punchline within 10 seconds. You get
Nice.
an extra 10 seconds,
Oh,
know? So
shit.
they liked Elliot off the bat. He was hilarious. He just
Nice.
killed it. Yeah. So it worked out really well for him. But I was like, I mean, he was when he went to Phoenix the first time. I think he said he was a year in, and when I went, I was a year in, and then so like he went after having like a couple years under his belt to do that show, and he told me next year I'll be ready to do it.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I think but yeah, I would not be able to have done that at that moment, dude.
How long did he have to
scary.
do?
I mean, he probably did 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
is that all dependent on the crowd's acceptance?
absolutely. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So the
I mean,
better you
because
do, the more time you get.
absolutely,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
But it's up to the hosts. Like they were like extra 10 seconds, or say you do something that fucking bombs, minus 10 seconds. You
shit.
know, yeah. So
That's
they'll just-
cool. That's interesting.
it's so fun, man. Like I want to go back. Like I'll go to anytime I go to Phoenix. I'm gonna try and watch.
Sounds
that
fun
show.
to watch. I don't know
Absolutely.
about doing stand-up right
It's
now.
terrifying to do it.
Yeah.
I imagine.
For
I
sure.
mean, even if you are a little more experienced, but it's still a good exercise,
Yeah.
and you can really gauge how far you've come. I'm sure.
I could really see Elliot being decent at it, honestly, though, because even
He's
on
a
here,
really good
whenever you throw
stand-up.
something at him, he's just right on it.
He's quick,
Yeah,
man,
he's
because
quick.
he takes care of his body. Like he works out a lot, like, and that is a huge thing. You know,
Huge,
that
dude.
just keeps your mind more sharp. And yeah, he's quick, man. He's funny, dude. Every set he did, I feel like he did really well. We just had one night in Phoenix on a Friday night. We went to this place, and it was like 6 people in a room, like about as big as like half the ranch from where the stage is to the back, about like or 2/3 of that.
Okay.
But there was like 5 people spread throughout the whole thing, so
tough.
it was just like and yeah, it was all comics, so they weren't really laughing at our jokes, so we were just up there dying for like 12 minutes, dude.
Nice.
And that was brutal. But every other night, man, we went to this place called Third Space on Thursday before This Week Sucks Tonight in Phoenix. And if anybody's listening in Phoenix, go there because it's a great open mic. There was a great crowd.
Awesome.
And there was another place. Oh, the Lounge.
Lounge is good?
The lounge is, yeah, it's pretty good. The lounge, actually, the crowd was really good. Actually, there was this heckler. He's this Polish heckler that bothered everybody.
Fucking Polish
You know,
people, man.
I know. Well, I'm Polish, and I told him. I was like, "You're making us look bad, dude. Stop it." He's like, "You don't look Polish." I was like, "That's because I'm American." And but yeah, I have Polish roots, and he was just an asshole, kind of. But ultimately, it made. I mean, sometimes a heckler can make you shine if you deal with it right, you know.
Totally.
And that's
Win
what,
everybody
that's what
over.
happened with like every comic. Every comic railed on him pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's badass. He was everybody's little rocket fuel.
He
Just to-
asked for it, man.
Hell yeah.
And then afterwards, like, I couldn't find Kat, and I finally found her, and she's talking to this guy and his wife, like, off in some corner, and he was actually a really nice guy. And shit. He was just drunk and talking shit, you know.
Yeah.
But it was just such a good experience, you know. Seeing,
Have you figured out why crowds sometimes are just horrible? Is there like
I don't know if that's ever going to be figured out.
Yeah.
It's a combination of so many different things, I think. I mean, it's the energy of the comic, it's the content that they're saying, and then sometimes, man, just a bunch of people in shitty moods go out because they already bought tickets or whatever.
Yeah,
And
that's fair.
I don't know. That's impossible to say.
yeah, with all the people in the world, it's not that big of a chance for everybody to get together and be pissed off.
Or either
together.
pissed off or just, I don't know. Some people go to comedy shows and I don't get it. I don't get why, because they just either get offended at everything or they just talk shit
That
about
might be their
everything.
intention while they go as they're going to this comedy
Sure, like real life trolls.
show. Yeah, just to like,
Totally.
For
I'm
sure,
going
yeah.
to be offended tonight, and then I'm going to start shit,
Yeah,
and I'm going to be the big guy.
It's just
Yeah.
a way for people to get attention.
yeah, I guess so.
They're
What I
just-
really don't get is when someone's throwing a comedy show, like a host,
Uh-huh.
and then they get offended at something the comic says.
Yeah.
Did I tell y'all what happened to me at Eno the other day?
Uh-uh.
Okay, I was just
I'm excited.
yeah, well, oh man, it was just fucked up because, all right, I went to the show at Eno. It's my second time ever being at Eno. The first time I went there, I got this lady stood up and started screaming at me. And,
Oh, you told us about that.
okay, yeah, and then she walked out, and then, so this was my second time going. Just like it was literally the day after we got back from Phoenix, and I went up and I was doing a wigger joke that I do about
Right.
how I used to be a wigger. And after I said the word wigger a couple times, the host of the show, she was like, "Excuse me, I'm gonna need you not to say that word anymore."
Because
I said,
it's
"Excuse
so
me?"
close.
It's like, this is a made up word for one. And part of my joke is the only people that can say the word wiggers are wiggers, ex-wiggers, and anybody that sells wigs. And I had just finished that joke, and she's like, "I'm going to ask you not to say that." I was just thinking, lady, I just told you I'm allowed to say that word.
Right,
you know,
right.
but she had me not. So like, then I was like, wow, that messes me up. So I went through my joke list, and I was like, can't say that, can't say that, can't say that. I just skipped to one story at the end, told it, and got the hell out of there.
Yeah.
It was just awkward, man. She made me feel really awkward. I mean, the host of all people.
Can't say the W word.
Yeah. It was just stupid. But I mean, like, the way Kat put it, and I probably think she's right, is it's just like a early 20s liberal arts college student that just
100%.
gets offended at everybody for everybody else.
Right.
Right.
You know, but I've been like trying to write it out, like a joke about it, and trying to figure it out. Like, what does she think does she think she was defending? It wasn't black people or it wasn't white people because I'm white, and I was just telling a story about what I went through, and it wasn't black people because, well, why would it be? I mean, it has nothing to do with black people. I was a wigger, so I was hanging out with black people. They were like my people for a long time.
accepted
like
me.
yeah. And then like, you know, I just and then like a part of the joke, I haven't figured it out yet, but like I wanted to show her, like, if you are so accepted by those people, that sounds bad, by any other people,
Right.
and I'm not, then how come I got my 2018 NAACP supporter card in the mail? That's I fucking did, dude.
Hell yeah.
About 6 months after doing the wigger bit. I don't know if it was just the universe playing a trick on me or what, but I opened up mail one
Maybe
day.
she used to make wigs. Maybe
Yeah.
that's
She was
what it is.
offended.
Yeah.
Right. A
That's it.
disgruntled
That
wig
has
maker.
to be it, dude. That's what I'm gonna go with.
like
Yeah,
that.
I didn't think about that. I'm just gonna give her the benefit of the doubt.
That is our word.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's just ridiculous. It's just words, man. We're just trying to
It's
be
just-
silly.
It's so close, like tiger. If you say tiger wrong
Yeah.
in the wrong context, it's
Yeah.
the same thing. Somebody probably kick you off stage.
Well, that's why I do it too, because it's kind of like, I mean,
Risque.
it's like just
No, it's hilarious.
kind of shock value too, especially when I say like it's obvious where the term wigger comes from. like everybody obviously thinks the main word. I'm just like white and bigger cocks.
Right.
And that's just that shock value. It
hilarious.
like releases tension in the room when I say that, and it works everywhere except for
Eno.
It didn't even get that far in the bit. Actually,
Right.
she cut me off before
That's
I could
just
even get to that.
Classic misdirection joke writing.
That's what I was hoping for. Yeah,
No, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking hilarious.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
But it's a weird climate
It
for
is.
jokes and
Especially in
comedians.
Durango, dude.
And it's weird because there's more comedians now than ever.
No doubt.
And
No joke.
the climate for making jokes, there's like that fine line, and depending on where you're at, and like
Yeah, I'm just I'm not politically correct person. I don't believe in that. I believe
I don't think
you, dog.
a lot of
be
comics
you.
are.
Yeah, of course they are. You know,
Comics are freedom fighters, dude. You are-
Absolutely.
the freedom of speech is what.
And
you're
most
fighting
of those
for.
comics,
Yes,
like
absolutely.
Bill Cosby was the politically correct comic, and he's a
right.
fucking
And look at him.
horrible person.
Right.
Priest, politician, and Bill Cosby, man. None of them.
You can't, man.
Anybody
the people that
that's too
act
clean.
like they're all high and mighty, man, they
Hiding
always are
something.
hiding something, man.
People in their basement.
That's why I love no disrespect, but my Uncle Dusty, like, he's a respectable member of his community. He owns a business. He goes to the country club. He goes to church, but just drinks beer every day in his front yard. Doesn't give a fuck. You know? At least he's not hiding anything.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
sure, he
Goddamn
may have
American.
a small drinking problem,
Right.
but he doesn't hide it. Like,
Right.
it's the people that drink in their garage.
And I'm sure all the people that are judging him are hiding much deeper secrets.
Right, and nobody
From his
does because
church
he
or
always
whatever.
offers everybody beer.
Oh,
so
really?
people come over just
Oh, wow.
to get a free
Church is a lot different here than it is in Georgia. Wow.
Yes, I would
That's
say it probably
interesting.
is.
I don't think anything is a
interesting.
destructible habit until like you can't hold a job, you can't
Sure.
pay your bills, like
You can
can't-
start seeing red flags
you
sometimes.
can't take care of your kids and like
Yeah.
your responsibilities, and you
Otherwise,
end
you're
up homeless.
functioning.
You're just
whatever.
like, yeah, is it really that detrimental
Right.
to your health? I mean,
It depends on what the trade-off
guess-
is for your mental health and your sanity to cope with whatever fucked up reality you live in,
Or-
with the job you have and
Right.
the
Or past.
wife that you hate or whatever it may be. You know?
This-
Yeah.
Like,
you know,
what's
this-
the trade-off?
this life as we know it is temporary, and you know, if like you can handle your shit and you're happy with who you are, and like why change it?
Yeah, smoke
Absolutely.
meth. Who cares, man?
If you can pay
No,
your
don't do
bills
that.
and
Don't
take
do
care of
that.
your kids,
Duh.
but usually when you smoke meth, it goes the other way.
yeah, it
There's
does.
not a lot of functioning like
you
meth.
just gotta.
Nope.
It's like 30-year-old meth addicts that
Yeah.
just like got it all
I
together.
don't know how they do it, man. I did it for 1 year, and I was like, I couldn't wait to stop. It just took time. This shit's
That's
rough.
been the one that's always had that stigma over it that I just never willingly, and I've
Did it,
probably
yeah.
done it in ecstasy pills and
Maybe some
cocaine.
blow.
I
and,
can remember
Yeah.
one night in specific that I'm pretty goddamn sure it was
It
bad.
was some lace with, yeah, you
Pretty
can tell
positive.
if it burns more,
Mhm.
then it is laced with meth, because meth burns like a motherfucker.
Yeah, and it's
when
like
you sniff
it's a
it.
different coke.
The
You're
high
like,
is
wee,
different.
and then you're like, oh,
But it
wee, and
lasts-
then like
and
meth,
also-
you're just like,
If it lasts
For 12
way too
hours.
long, yeah, it's
like-
probably cut with meth. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, nice,
I spilled
bro.
beer all over myself. I think I have a hole in my lip.
You guys recorded?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Just making sure that everybody's in the camera.
I had to double check that we were.
I know. I was like,
"Oh,
this has been good.
shit." One time, I didn't arm the mics, and we had like a great 12-minute conversation, and I looked over and I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, guys.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
I didn't arm the mics, and
Oh,
we had to start
man.
over, and it was so
Awkward.
weird.
And you can't reiterate because it sounds
Because it's not
it feels
natural.
fake, yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
not
such
natural.
a great beginning to a podcast.
Right,
and I
right.
felt like such an asshole.
Oh, man. Well,
It's like-
shit, it happens. That's how you,
Yeah, that's why I
fucking
just
work out the kinks.
I make like a bass track, and they're already armed, and as soon as I click onto that saved file, it's just ready to go. All
Oh,
I gotta
sweet.
do is turn up the mics, and it's
Nice.
got all my settings.
Oh,
I have
good.
like compressors that hold the distortion if you pop into the mic or
every
whatever.
once in a while.
Really?
and it just
Scream.
grabs
Nice,
it.
yeah,
So
that's
it makes
good.
it sound a lot better. James, fucking James,
Fucking James.
Fucking James.
he helped me a lot with some
Oh.
of the sound
Yeah.
stuff.
Nice.
You should meet James. James is the house sound engineer for the Animus City Theater.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's
I don't
not
know
like
if I met him.
the best venue for comedy,
looks like
even
a
though
terrorist.
they
Yeah.
have chairs. I mean, you can fill that bitch with chairs, but it's still really not.
I love that place though, and I would love to maybe
I
we
think
should
you
try
could
and
make-
do that.
you
Make
could-
it put on a comedy show
You
there.
could do it
Yeah.
for sure.
Because it's cool because
they
it's got
put
such an
movies
elevated
on.
stage. Yeah, they play movies there, and like you said, they have chairs. So I mean, yeah, it's not the best venue because it's super high ceilings. The laughs kind of
You would have
with lower ceilings. The laughs like
Right.
thunder.
Go right at you, too.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
thundering.
Could you pull curtains in like closer and make it
On the
seem
stage?
less open on the stage? you know?
Maybe I'm sure. Yeah, what you would do is just pull the curtains back, and then stand in front of it. Set
Yeah,
up the
you could
mic
do
in
that.
front of it,
Yeah.
and yeah, that should work.
There's like a solid
Work
6
fine.
feet there.
Yeah, and that's all you really fucking need. I
Right.
mean, we have way less than that at the ranch.
I feel like you need pretty decent energy to pull that off. Like Josh Emerson would.
Josh Emerson would
he
kill
would be
there.
the opener.
Jason Baumforth could kill there.
Right.
Baumforth's been getting better and
Dude,
better,
his
man.
stories are ridiculous.
Yeah.
I really like the way he puts them together too.
I do
and
too,
it's
man.
like he leads you off a cliff kind of, and then just it's beautiful. I tell him
He's
all the
funny
time.
as fuck, dude. And he's been busting his balls. Like he's there at every mic every week. I was really happy to see he got booked on that show Saturday at the Strader, and he did really well. Like I mean, it was just he's been getting a lot better. Like the past 3 or 4 sets, I think after each of those, Kat said, "I think that's the best I've seen him do so far," which is
Nice.
that's a very big compliment. That means you're clearly improving, you
right.
know. And yeah, he's funny, dude, and he's got experience. Like he's done some stand up in San Francisco, I think.
Fran,
yeah.
Or San Diego, probably San Fran.
I think it was San Francisco for sure. I don't know where. Like I think he said he performed at the Improv there even.
Yeah, what's
which would
the
be pretty
college
cool.
there that's super liberal?
Berkeley?
Berkeley. Yeah, he
Yeah.
said he ate a bag of dicks there.
Oh yeah. Oh well, yeah. Berkeley's
I think a
probably
lot
like
of
a
people
big
do.
version of Durango, and it's just a school, but it's still a bigger version of Durango.
Durango's got a weird mix of like hippie rednecks that balance it out. You know, not people
man.
don't get as offended by certain things
Right.
as easily.
Right.
Durango's its
true.
own weird place.
It's weird. If you go to the wrong place in Durango, like Eno, they'll get offended.
Yeah.
That's
But
why I haven't
pretty
gone
much
to
everywhere
Eno
else-
yet. I can't control my
Fuck,
set
I'm not even
whatsoever.
going back.
It's so rough, dude.
Yeah.
It's so.
That's why I was pretty
explicit.
sure I
It's hard,
could throw
dude.
in masturbation jokes at the ranch. and
Yeah,
then-
yeah. They love
It'll
that
work.
shit, dude.
Dude, whoever the open mic or the dude that went up first at the last open mic, he had his parents there.
Oh yeah.
I didn't get a smile out of them. And I was trying, like, it got to the point where I was trying not to notice them because
Yeah.
they were not into my material
Really?
whatsoever.
Really?
Yeah, they were super bummed out about
Dude,
it.
you know what's funny? Those are my wife's bosses.
Really?
Yeah.
They did not like me.
No, that's funny. I'm gonna have to ask her. Be like, ask what they thought about Brian.
Yeah, because I felt
No.
like I was getting decent laughs everywhere else, but every time I looked to the left, I just got
Yeah.
scowls, and I was like,
I
oh,
just
shit.
yeah.
Look right, look
Well,
right.
that's good that you're already looking at the crowd, man. I fucking don't do that. I listen to.
I was-
like, I look over them still,
Really?
dude.
I'm-
I'm getting better at looking them in the eyes.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be able to do that. Like, that's what pros do.
Right.
Like, they look at the crowd, they see crossed
Totally.
arms, or they see a fucking frown, and they address it. Like, yo, what's wrong with you? You know, and I don't have that ability yet.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
didn't
good
think
if
I
you
was
can already
bringing
do
him
that.
back, dog. I was pretty sure, and I had another 3 or 4 minutes on banging single mom, so I didn't.
I was
That's
kind
funny.
of drunk and I don't
It might
remember.
be running a little bit.
Phil, you did really fucking good.
Don't
I-
remember
Don't you
much.
think you did good?
Fucking yes. I told Kat today. It's like I can't wait to tell Phil how good you did, dude. I know I told you
I-
that night,
I
but
appreciate it.
I was-
I
and
wasn't
she
planning
agrees.
on going up, and then I got more drunk, and I was like, "Fuck it."
you did really
Because
well.
I had been practicing for laugh therapy because I, for some reason, felt more comfortable going there. But I'm
Right,
glad
yeah.
I went up at the ranch.
Good.
And
Yeah.
Just
Well,
get it out
dude,
of the way.
Yeah, and
You
I
did
was
great.
stoked. As soon as I got but one laugh, I was like, okay.
Yes.
But I still was nervous. And
But that first laugh you ever get is like, holy shit, I
Okay.
can do this.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
wow, I can do this. I mean, no matter if it takes a lot of writing and practice or if I'm just naturally, I
Right.
can do this.
Right.
It's just getting up there and getting the balls to do it.
And
it's a lot, man. It's fucking
it's
intimidating.
not what
Yeah.
you think it is.
Yeah,
It's,
Kat
you know,
was impressed by how structured your shit was,
Dude,
too.
his joke
it was
writing
so
is so
good.
strong.
Yeah.
So strong.
I appreciate
Yeah, I'm
it.
looking forward to seeing you again. Are you going to come this next Thursday?
I'm going to Houston for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So I've actually
Oh, so
found
you'll
a
miss
few.
laugh therapy, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
bummer.
found a few. That's why I had to go up. I kept convincing myself, like, if I don't go up this week, then it's going to be. But I'm going to try to find some open mics in Houston.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Cool.
And take my mom.
Oh, really?
Because, yeah, that's who I'm going to visit.
That's
my
what's
mom
up,
lives
man.
in Houston, so I'm
Dude,
stoked.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool doing stand-up in front of my brother on Saturday. It was the first immediate family member other than my wife that has seen me do comedy, and probably the only one I would be comfortable with watching me do it.
Yeah.
Because he's more on my level, and they're still all on the super religious level,
Oh,
so
okay,
they
they're
just
really-
be, very.
I was like, I wouldn't be afraid of doing stand up in front of my family. It's like strangers.
I'll just offend
that-
them.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Exactly.
I can't. My dad wants to come to the next one, and I can't wait to tell the shaving his back joke.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Because I'm definitely going to call him out.
So he's clearly got a good sense of humor then, huh?
He's hilarious.
Oh, okay,
He
He's,
listens
cool.
to every podcast.
he's definitely
Really?
why.
Oh, man. See,
He's
that's-
definitely why I'm as funny.
I'm
or
jealous of that.
think I'm funny.
That's
I'm
great.
not that funny.
You are, dude. Just keep at it. I mean, dude, you just got to keep at it.
Dude, your laugh too. Like you fucked me up while I was on stage. In the middle of a joke, you started laughing, or you're still laughing, and your laugh makes me laugh.
Yeah. I think I saw that happen, actually.
I heard Phil laugh, and then I started laughing and kind of forgot where I was.
I heard him laugh, and I looked over at him, and then I looked back on stage, and you were like chuckling.
I can't not laugh when he laughs, man.
That's great.
Who's the guy the big guy with bald head?
The luchador.
Luchador. That's what I could. Think of it.
He's new to the scene, man. His name's Jadrian Long.
Jadrian.
Yeah, but he's been.
Laughs at everything.
Yeah,
Dude,
I know.
is-
It was a little
and I
obnoxious.
was laughing at him.
Yeah.
and it distracted me from what people were saying.
Well,
'cause
the
I was
thing
like,
is, he's been coming. This is like his third week, I think, at the ranch.
Yeah.
But every week he's come to the ranch. He's also gone and done the music open mic at Eno beforehand, so he's been hustling. So I
that's awesome.
respect
He
that
has
a lot.
He has that vibe for sure.
Yeah, but like I've never seen him laugh like that before. Like the way he was that
Maybe
night.
he was high or a little
I know he
drunk.
was high. I
Okay.
know because I was standing or sitting right there next to him, and he goes, "Will you watch my beer while I go smoke a joint?" And I'm like, "You're not even gonna invite me, bro? No, I'm not gonna watch your beer."
That's a dick thing to say.
I was like, yeah, if I'm here, I'll watch it.
Right.
But then when he came back, I was outside smoking a cigarette. I'm like, nah, dude, didn't even invite me.
No, you're getting roofied, homie.
But no, I saw them go and hotbox their car when I was outside smoking a cigarette, and he walked back in. He was just lit, dude. He's funny though. I mean, like,
It's funny.
I don't remember his set that much that night. I just could not forget about his laugh. He was just cackling at everything, dude.
I love that it got addressed eventually too.
I'd had to,
Yeah.
man. I'm glad
He
I don't know
wasn't
who did
that. It escalated throughout the show.
Sure.
Like it got higher
right,
and
it
higher
did.
I didn't really notice it that much, and I didn't notice it during Phil's or the set after me. But then it just really started escalating quickly.
Yeah, dude. By Jill. Jill's the one I
Jill,
think that
yeah,
addressed it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you high,
But,
dude?
yeah.
Or how high are you?
Right.
Dude?
She's like, you
I'm
gotta
getting
let
high.
me get to the punchline. Please.
Yeah.
I know I'm funny, but
Yeah.
bring it down.
Dude, I have a lot of respect for Jill, man.
I love Jill.
I found out last Thursday, she posted something online, and it was like a memory shared, and it's a photo of her, some other comic, and Doug Benson at the Kansas City Improv from 11 years ago.
Holy
I was
shit.
like, dude, I had no
Damn.
idea you've been doing it that long. That is much respect.
She
you know?
carries herself like a pro, though.
I know. That's what I always thought. I was like, how is she so comfortable on stage?
Yeah.
I just never asked her.
And off stage, dude. And she approaches people whenever she feels like she has something to
Well,
say
she's
to
an
them.
attorney, so she has no problem talking to people.
Right.
Yeah, like
Does she have kids and husband and
I
responsibilities?
believe she does have. Yeah, she has one teenage.
That makes doing comedy hard.
Absolutely, yeah.
And she lives in Cortez, I
She
believe.
does. She
Yeah.
does.
Dude, she rolled
But
into
she-
Laugh Therapy. It was a fucking blizzard.
Like
when you guys were in
Brian.
Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
And
Did she perform?
Yeah, she
Oh,
went
good.
first because they were like, all right, we got to get her out of here. She's got to drive back to Cortez. It
Oh,
was, and it
because
was
the
like
snow
a
was that
gnarly
bad.
blizzard, dude.
I was so glad I missed that. But how did she do? Oh,
She
awesome.
did good. Everybody did
Yeah.
good. I had to go last.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
And how did
At
that go?
10 o'clock?
Were there still a lot of people in the room?
Yeah, and I had the crowd for sure.
Good.
And I was doing like crowd work because it was easy. It
Yeah.
felt so less judgmental. than
Yeah,
the
I
rest.
told you. I know it is. It's true. That's why it's kind of
I
like
was trying to make it, and
good that you went up at
my-
the ranch first. So both of you.
my truck got stuck in the snow, and then I dug it out and I didn't think to start the truck, and it hadn't been started in like 4 or 5 days, and my battery was getting shitty.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Couldn't make it.
instead of asking Brian to come get me, I waited, and I was like, oh, I'll fucking go in and drive myself. And then by the time I realized my battery was dead,
He was already
he was
gone.
already in town, and I was
Yeah.
like, don't.
Yeah,
Don't fucking
just
try
got
to
a-
come get me.
Just got a beer and got a text. And I was
Yeah.
like, fuck, man. I would have
Yeah.
totally came and got you. I
Yeah.
live like a mile that way.
Oh, you're that close,
Yeah.
huh? Oh, wow.
and I walked
can't be
around.
far from
I walked
Phil.
around. The Coel was at work, and so I
Yeah.
was just stuck at the house. And I walked around the house, all pissed off.
Well, dude,
But then I
again,
just-
I think it's good that both of y'all started at the ranch because I told you at the last podcast that I started Laugh Therapy and I thought that was good because they're so welcoming. But I think starting off at a harder venue would probably be better.
Right.
Because then when you go to Laugh Therapy, oh, man,
thought
you're in
the-
for a treat.
I thought the bar was
I
gonna.
think.
I thought the bar was gonna distract me, but I didn't even hear
not that
anybody in
bad.
the bar.
It's really not that bad.
Like,
You
I was-
zone them out.
I really, yeah. it
Every
was-
once in a while, somebody yells or something, and you like,
But
you
if
see
you-
the comic look up and look back.
Yeah.
Just like
Well,
motherfucker.
I mean,
It's-
what they
it's such
should
a
do is
weird
address
feeling.
it.
Yeah.
You know, like if somebody screams or something, you know, make
Well,
a
it's
joke
nice
about
that they shut the music off. I didn't.
Sure.
For some reason, last time I didn't think they shut the music off in the bar.
Yeah.
So I thought it was super loud
Oh,
back there too.
Justin Ginn, the guy
Yeah.
that runs the controls, he like that's his well, he says it's my show, but it's his show really.
his
I'm just
baby.
the host, you know,
Yeah.
but he literally has control of the whole bar from 8:30 on. You know, like music and everything. So like yeah, they can sit back there and watch TV, but when we're ready to play our music up front and then cut it off for the comedian to go up, they're not hearing any distractions other than the talking.
Right.
So a lot of times, I mean, there's been shows where people in the back that were not even paying attention, something must have caught their ear because they'd like start walking up and filling up seats like
And
complete
that
strangers.
definitely happened that
Yeah.
night too. There's
yeah.
some people that just randomly came over.
I thought that night was so good, man.
It was a good
I
night.
had a great. I was just
so
super
excited
relieved
for Phil.
Yeah.
that
You guys-
I finally
yeah.
went
Dude,
up.
I know, me too.
My set seems slightly insignificant that night. I was so happy for Phil. You know what I
Oh,
mean? I went up right
that's nice
after
of
him,
you.
and I was just like, all right, I'm going to get through this, and I know
Sure.
my jokes,
Sure.
so it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And it went pretty well, other than these people not laughing at anything. They didn't
Yeah.
even smile.
Yeah.
Like, other than that, I was good.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was just stoked for Phil, and Phil was fucking super relieved, and, you know.
It was
Should've
fun.
been,
I'm
yeah.
addicted.
Oh,
it's
but
addicting.
I'm excited.
What I was going to say about Laugh Therapy is I'm glad I went up at the ranch first because I felt like I was deserving of the love that they give you at Laugh Therapy. You know what I mean? I
Okay.
felt like I had a little something more for them than if it was my first time.
Okay,
'Cause
yeah,
I had
yeah.
nothing my first time.
Yeah.
But this time I was talking to people and like getting
Nice.
reactions. One dude I kind of offended on accident, but it was a mistake. You know, it was a fumble of words
Right.
on the spot. And then I was like, dude, I'm super sorry. I'm not trying to fuck with your night at all. And everybody laughed. He was cool. Then he gave me a fist bump. And then I went on
Nice.
with my jokes. It was
Yeah.
super cool. But I felt deserving of the love. And I felt like I had
'Cause you felt-
control of the room
Yeah, because you'd put in some work
for the
before
first
then.
time.
Yeah.
For the first time, I
Good.
felt like I had him.
That's great.
And I was like, all right, I feel like I got you guys. Can I ask you a question? And it was just like silent. And then I asked the question, then they laughed, and then dropped the punchline, and they laughed hard. I was like, oh
Awesome.
my God, this is so cool.
Did you record it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Fuck yeah.
I forgot to
I'd like
record my
hear
one
that.
at the ranch because I was so excited for Phil, but
Oh man, I
I
feel
recorded
you.
the one at
Dude, there's been a couple I forget to record. What I started doing is as soon as I get to the venue, wherever I'm at, I pull out my phone and I have my voice recorder. I just open it
yeah.
where
I saw
all
that
I
at
need
Laugh Therapy,
and I
yeah.
just keep
You
it
just had
open.
it.
Yeah, and I keep it open that way. And
I'm
then
stoned.
no matter what I do,
God, this
I'm not gonna
room
forget.
is so hazed.
It's great. It just feels like home right
Welcome
here,
to the
man.
studio, Dave. How
Oh,
you doing,
man,
dog?
I'm at home, man. I love
Hell
this
yeah.
shit, baby. I love it. It smells great in here.
This is so
Yeah,
fun.
this is
For the
a normal-
podcast
normal
listeners,
green
it
light
smells great in
weekend.
here.
That's a purple
This is how you
alien.
want your car to smell. Well,
Yeah.
Not when you
unless
get
you're
pulled
getting
over.
pulled over.
I know. I can't
But I
believe.
mean, they should have one of those hanging trees that smell like this.
I stopped smoking weed in my truck.
I rarely do.
'cause-
Me too, actually.
I
Me too.
have weed in my
It's
truck.
not worth it anymore.
Up until like this year, honestly, I pretty much took a bowl with me every week. Go to Walmart, fucking take a bowl and
Smoke a
smoke in
bowl.
the parking lot.
Yeah.
But it's just not worth it anymore.
It's
'Cause
not.
It reeks like weed. There's nothing
Right.
you can do about it. So it's made me a really good driver.
Yeah,
I drive
yeah.
like an old lady.
Me too.
I
Yeah.
do.
I just do the
same,
speed
man.
limit. I fucking turn my
I'm
blinker
such a chill
on.
driver. Yeah.
I'm
I-
starting to develop rules for like friends if you're in a vehicle with them. Like if you see a friend not use a blinker when it's super necessary. I understand if there's nobody on the road and you're passing or switching lanes and there's nobody around, but like if you're turning in traffic and you don't use a blinker,
You're an asshole.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah, I agree.
And if you see
It's
somebody
so
throw
easy just
trash
to
out their
follow
window,
these rules. Yeah. Oh,
Littering,
fuck a litterer, dude.
dude.
I don't even flick cigarette out the window.
you cannot
dude.
be my
I-
friend if you litter.
even-
I
Yeah.
actually, I don't remember. I don't think I called her a bitch. I might have called her a bitch. She was smoking right before she went into Walmart, and there's one of those cigarette butt things with the long,
Sure.
you know, you
It's
throw
an
them in
ashtray,
there,
basically, a giant
big
ashtray.
giant ashtray.
Yeah.
And she takes a big drag and like blows it towards me, and like it hits my face, and then I see her throw it down.
Unbelievable.
And I was like, I said something like, "I'll pick this up for you, fucking bitch," or something. And
Oh
she's
my
like,
God.
What? And I just kept walking because
That's funny.
But it pissed me off. It's like it gives you the right to fucking litter because you're slowly killing yourself.
Absolutely not, dude. Like I'm a cigarette
That's
smoker.
the only people that.
I don't do that.
If somebody walked by with a Twinkies wrapper and threw it on the ground, somebody else would have
Same
been like.
fucking thing, dude.
But when it's like a cigarette smoker, everybody kind of like looks up and lets them throw it in the fucking gutter.
Yeah.
And it's just gross. Like,
it is gross.
Well, what got me thinking about this is I was driving home from Ignacio today. Well, I drive through Ignacio every day, and all the snow's melted on the side of the roads, and there's trash fucking everywhere, dude. Right
damn.
outside of Ignacio, and I'm like, it's so pretty here. Like,
It was.
Shiprock looks like this, but at least it's not.
it's
fucking
just
beautiful.
laziness. I can understand if it was bags of weed or drugs that people were throwing because the cops were coming after them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
that
a
makes
practical
sense.
reason to litter.
For sure.
I think it's ignorance,
But
man.
it's
Because
just-
laziness would be just fucking leave it in your fucking front seat. You know, just fucking leave it.
No, but they feel less lazy because
Yeah,
their
they-
car's clean.
Oh, okay. And they know they're not going to clean it
That's
because
that
they're
hood
too
rat shit.
lazy.
Just
So
like,
okay, so
It's
yeah,
horrible.
I don't know. I just fucking hate litters. Dude.
there's trash cans at every gas station
Pointless.
everywhere.
It's so pointless.
Like-
Especially in Durango. There's
Yeah.
trash cans everywhere. Recycle bins.
Mm-hmm.
It's goddamn unfortunate.
Yeah, dude, talking about like smoking in cars, like I sometimes because like I don't even smoke in my car now here in Durango or in Colorado where it's legal. I mean, partially because it is legal, but they're more apt to give you a DUI for weed here.
Yeah.
But
That's what
I'm
scared
just
me,
like-
which is almost worse than getting fucking possession in New Mexico right now.
Is it?
It's way
Yeah,
worse. Like
yeah.
DUI.
You get
fuck
like
yeah.
$100 fine in New Mexico. Probably
Just
have
for
to
having
do
a
like,
little bit of weed on
Uh-huh.
you. Yeah.
But if you
Yeah.
get charged with DUI here, it's
Yeah.
fucking $10,000,
I
and you
just-
canty drink alcohol probably.
I just don't know how my
Guaranteed.
I don't know how my friends
Probation.
and I would drive around Georgia smoking all day. Like I remember times we'd take the bong, a bong into downtown Atlanta and just fucking rip like wherever we wanted, like in the truck. And
understand.
if we just get pulled over,
You're
we're
fucked.
fucked.
Dude, okay,
You're
so
mega fucked.
That's
I
what
mean,
we did.
I don't know why we did that. Oh yeah,
Allegedly-
because New Mexico is always illegal too, right?
Yeah.
When y'all were growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
allegedly
That's why we moved here.
one
Yeah.
time.
Scared of the police.
Don't blame you.
Allegedly one time, we were all going to Sonic Bloom, giant music festival. This was when we were living in Colorado. We were outside of Pagosa, and like a dumbass, I was smoking a fucking blunt, like right out of my house. We lit up blunt
Yeah.
and following Brian and his girlfriend
In the vehicle.
in a vehicle. I had just got my Colorado registration, so I hadn't put my license plate on the front, and I
Right.
had it up in the windshield.
But it wasn't visible.
It had to have reeked like weed.
Oh yeah.
It was so bad. We were smoking a giant fat blunt. We had
Oh yeah, that smells.
a Hunter S. Thompson case that we were
Oh,
taking to this
no.
music
Yeah, Phil
festival
had all those.
because Brian had
Oh
been
no.
convicted for crimes
I remember.
of psychedelic
Yeah. Nature.
origins.
So I don't travel with such
And so
freaks.
I'm
Good.
I'm a good friend, and I was like, well, I haven't been convicted of anything, so I'll take the, you know.
You can't smoke while you do it.
I know, and that's why I stopped doing this shit.
Yeah, right. Did you get pulled over?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So we probably have 20 hits of acid, and allegedly, and like a Hunter S. Thompson bag,
Sure, I
just
get you.
uppers and
Yeah.
downers and all kinds of cosmic things.
I got you. Yeah.
And yeah, the cop pulls us over, and I'm like, "Fuck, we're going to jail." Like, we're going to jail.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, I noticed that you didn't have a license plate in the front." And I was like, "Yeah, it's right here." And I had my hat on top of it. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't have my hat. I just got it." And like, I was planning on going to AutoZone in Pagosa and grabbing a license plate.
Right.
Luckily, I was just cool with him.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't a dick.
Maybe not too stoned yet.
No, I was stoned, but
But you were friendly.
I can handle my shit.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as I see a cop, I'm like, even when I'm on acid.
I know, isn't that crazy how
sober
that
as
works?
fuck.
I know.
Just like, hello,
That's so
officer.
true,
We're good.
yes.
We were looking for birds.
Right.
But
what did he say?
He was like, okay, that's fine. Let me look at your license registration. He took it back, and I was like, oh,
That's
he's
the nervous
calling
part.
the
That's
fucking
the
drug
nervous
dog,
part,
and
yeah.
like, he comes back and he's like, yeah, just maybe when you get into Bagosa, try to go to AutoZone and get a license plate holder and put it on so you don't get pulled over again. And he's
Cool.
like, because I have
That's
a clean,
actually a
I have
cool
a
cop.
clean record. That's what I'm saying.
He probably
had,
smelled it, but he was just
he had to have, and this was right when with guard dog.
yeah.
She's crazy.
He
This
had
was
to
right
smell
when weed became legal, so it was like probably that gray
And he was
area where
probably
he was like,
I
I don't
wanna
even
fuck
fucking
with this paperwork.
yeah,
dude.
and I definitely didn't sound intoxicated, like
right.
and
Well, a couple times in Georgia, we got pulled over, caught, and they just took the weed, like
Yeah.
more than once.
For
and
sure.
once in Florida, that happened too.
The best you
Like,
can hope
they
for
probably
in that
smoked it.
situation
They
is
did,
a corrupt
yeah,
cop.
of course. Yeah.
The-
Yeah, exactly.
Especially in a state like
All
Georgia.
I only want to get pulled over by pothead cops.
Right.
Like that's it. Like they're the best. They
me and
don't
Brian,
take your shit.
me and Brian got pulled over in New Mexico when we were and still in high school,
Oh, dude.
and
In your Ranger?
What
That
happened?
was a fucked up situation.
and
I thought
he
we were going to
said-
jail.
He
for
said
sure.
that we were swerving, and like it was this pipe. Honestly, I've had this
The
pipe
same one?
since high school, and fucking I was like, Brian, put it away, and he just like tucked it under his balls, just like
This was my first, like, I just
Little-
started smoking weed. I'd never had, like, drugs and police in the same situation
little
before.
tiny
and I
Brian.
panicked.
Got you. Yeah. Oh no.
Panicked.
It's the worst thing.
The
you
cop
can do.
just said we were swerving, and I was like, oh, he was fucking with me. He tried to give me a purple nurple.
Smart.
And
Smart.
he was like, all right, well, and I didn't look like I was drunk. And I don't think we had started smoking yet. We had just packed the bowl.
And I think there was something like, I'm sorry, officer, just haven't seen my friend in so long.
Yeah, I
or
haven't
some
seen this
shit.
guy in
Like,
forever. And like, I'm
We were
really
excited.
good at talking my way out of
tell,
shit.
yeah. I could tell. That's good.
And he was like, okay, check my
I used to be.
license. And I don't have a shitty record. If on your record it's like reckless driving and fucking possession with
endangerment.
intent to sell, like
Yeah,
that's when
yeah.
they start worrying about
right.
you.
Right.
But I haven't done shit. I've been good about eluding the police.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my record's clean. All I have is a misdemeanor. I can vote and shit.
Mine, I don't know, man. I got arrested for a felony and 2 misdemeanors and went to jail for 30 days, but then my charge got dropped. So I don't know if that means it's on my record still.
No, I'm in a similar situation. I don't know
or is
exactly
it like
what's going on.
expunged? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care. I just like got it dropped, so I dropped it.
I
was
think
like,
if it's a felony, and then they say it's not a felony, it's like a halfway in between.
well, I mean, it was a felony, but
Well,
then
I
the
pled to
charge
a
got dropped
misdemeanor.
because I told my attorney that the cops illegal search and seizure my house, which is
Yeah, if it
100%
actually
true.
got
It's good
dropped,
to know
drop.
your rights.
I knew my rights. I was 20 years old. Or I turned 20 in jail, actually.
You know the 20-year-olds that know their rights? The ones that do drugs.
Yeah.
That's
Isn't
true.
that the truth?
100%.
We had to, bro.
Yeah,
we had to.
well-
we had to know when we could say no to a cop wanting to
You
search our
get
car.
paranoid too, so you're like
Yeah.
looking shit up,
Those-
and you're like, I kind of like what I'm seeing
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You
Uh-huh.
see
Yeah,
those
America.
Yeah.
know your rights videos on YouTube? And you start
have
telling all
seen
your
it,
friends,
yeah.
like, you got to watch this, bro.
Right.
Don't fucking let the cops come and search your
Oh
car.
my
Say,
God.
fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, dude.
But you can't do that. You have to really just comply with what they say unless
Mm-hmm.
it gets to the point where, like, you have to flex your rights. But
yeah, definitely.
for the most part, you
Don't
should just
pull out
be
the rights
super,
card immediately, for
Yeah,
sure.
be
Yeah,
super
yeah.
cool with them. Like, explain yourself. Don't sound like you're fucked up.
I got a pretty crazy
if there's not
story.
a giant cloud of smoke hitting them in the face. like-
Yeah. I got a crazy story of when I thought 100% sure I was going to go to jail. And I didn't. And
Fuck yeah,
it was dude, this was crazy, man. I was at a Mexican restaurant one day in Atlanta and just drinking margaritas. I had like 2 or 3. I was getting hammered. And my
margaritas.
buddy, my buddy JC, who actually, God rest his soul, he passed away. He hit me up and he was like, "Dude, can you get me some Vicodin?" Or yeah, I think it was Vicodin 10s or whatever. And I was like, I told him, yeah. I was like, come pick me up. I'll take you to get him. So he comes and picks me up in a vehicle I've never seen before. It's this truck, and a pickup truck or whatever. It seemed fine, but just kind of old a little bit. And he picked me up, and we were driving. We went to wherever I had to go to pick up the shit, allegedly.
Right.
I'm not good at using that word, so I'm just going to throw it in randomly.
This is like 10 years ago.
We need to stop.
It really is, actually.
We
Actually,
put a disclaimer on every episode now.
Yeah,
Like,
oh,
all
you
this
do?
is fake.
It's not fake. This shit happened.
But it was
Fuck
over
that.
10 years ago. You're good.
But
dude.
no, it was over 10 years ago, and it doesn't matter because I didn't get arrested then, so I'm not going to get arrested now for it. But what happened was...
That's how I feel about it. Fuck yeah. My dad is very concerned.
Oh, no, don't be
Whatever
Dad.
you can prove in
Don't
court.
worry, Dad.
So, yeah, I don't have any drugs on me.
Yeah. So we go
Me neither.
pick up. I was able to get him 10 of those like big pink Vicodins 10s, you know?
I don't know.
I know.
And
Felt okay.
yeah.
I love those things.
And so I was drunk, so I had the bag and I just put it under the passenger seat. And then we were driving back through town, and then we noticed that there's a cop behind us,
Never good.
and we're like, oh shit, that's weird. So, but we keep driving. He's sober, so he's doing good driving.
Hell yeah.
And the cop follows us every turn for about 2 miles.
Not good.
Then, not good. Then we get to a major intersection, and as we're about to turn onto that major intersection, cops swarm from all sides. Cop cars.
Holy
One
shit.
here, one here, one here, one here, one here. 6 cop cars swarmed us and started talking to us through the loudspeaker, saying, driver, turn off the car, throw the keys out the window. Step out the car and lay flat on the ground. Passenger, step out the car, lay flat on the ground. I got these 10 Vicodin under my seat, but like, I mean, this was a crazy time. So I just I didn't even try fucking with them.
Mm-mm.
I just assumed I was gonna get caught with them, and so they pull us out. They come up with guns behind our head. They put us each in the back of different squad cars. I am drunk and making the cops laugh, dude. Like, I was just fucking with them. I don't remember what I said. It was so long ago. But, like, I was just so nonchalant about everything, and they just couldn't believe
Because
it.
you're all loosey-goosey.
They couldn't believe I was so nonchalant because apparently I was in a stolen vehicle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
And
With drugs.
with drugs.
Allegedly.
And but the thing is, so my buddy who I was in the car with, like, it was his mom's boyfriend's truck. And 2 months earlier, it had gotten stolen, and he reported it stolen. But then he never told him when he got it back, I guess.
Right.
So it was still reported stolen. So these cops were just doing their job. And so, like, 6, 8 cop cars surrounded us. We had guns on us in the back of the car. Like, and they're like, go and search the vehicle. And this is when I'm looking out, like, through the cop car to the front. I'm like, oh, I'm just staying back here for a while.
I remember that feeling.
I'm going to be back
Worst
here.
feeling ever.
And I see them searching around out front. And then I see them all. They come out. They slam the doors. They walk back towards the car. And I'm like, here we go. They're like, we got a hold of the owner. We found out it's not stolen anymore. It was a couple months back that it was stolen. He just never reported it found.
Fucking procrastinate motherfucker.
They're free to go.
You got to communicate with the police officers
didn't
if you
find-
report anything.
By the way, I don't want to help any cops out here, but it's not hard to find a bag of pills underneath the seat. Nothing covering it up. I mean, it was just right underneath the
It's the
seat.
last place they looked.
And they didn't find it, dude.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't find it.
Dude, they
and
tore
we were
my
free
Jeep
to go.
apart.
I couldn't believe it.
They tore my shit apart.
You were an out-of-state fugitive, though.
That's fair.
You were a fugitive at the time? Yeah.
It wasn't. Out-of-state felon, I believe.
Out-of-state felon.
A fugitive is different, yeah.
But they found one empty bag with like some tiny little weed crumbs, and the guy was like, "We got this." And then the cop that was obviously higher rank was like, "That's trash. I don't
Yeah.
know, like get
Yeah.
that." But luckily, I didn't have shit on me. It was right when we stopped carrying pipes in our car because we were like,
Brian just sold an ounce, though,
That day?
right before that,
Yeah.
allegedly.
"Yes."
Nice.
And well,
Because I
we were
remember
going to-
that. I remember
allegedly.
that day. I remember that day clearly.
Yeah, we were going to buy T-shirts, and I had $600 in my $700 in my pocket too. which helps when you're in jail for an unknown period of time. You know, you have commissary, but you can't tell anybody you have commissary.
No.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Like, they told me like 5 times. They were like, do not tell anybody
yeah.
how much money you have
That's
in your
good that
account.
they told you, dude. They didn't tell me that shit.
Really?
No, they didn't care about us.
It's unfortunate.
Georgia, no.
Well, everybody was just
They're
like...
friendly out here. People are friendly out here in general.
Farmington was a little less friendly.
Was this Farmington?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
But they were just
Farmington,
like, this scared little white boy is about to go into high security, so
They were
let's go ahead and
literally
lay down some rules for him.
They're looking out for you.
Yeah.
That's nice. I mean, yeah.
Well, my mom had friends of somebody that was a jail guard, and so
okay.
I was on one of the visiting days. It's like a video phone. And I was talking to my mom, and all my friends were like straight up swastikas on their heads type of white dudes, you know? And they were just like walking up and like, oh, is this mom? Hey, mom. And my mom was like, who the fuck is that? You know, just my mom was terrified for me. So right when I got settled, this guard came and pulled me out, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, okay, Brian, I've arranged to move you. And I was like, whoa, I just made friends. Like, there's a library, a locker full of books. Like, I'm good, dog.
Oh, man.
Please leave me here, because it was a rough few days to get to that point.
Was it
you
too
know?
late, though? Did he have to move you at that point?
No.
You were able to stay?
My mom talked to her friend who was the wife of this CO.
Okay.
So he came and talked to me, and he was like, yeah, we've got all this going. And I was like, dude, if I could just stay here, that'd be way, way better for me. Because
Right on.
there was a couple of the dudes that were like giant, but like I could definitely talk around them.
Okay.
So they were like, and I just tell them stories about selling weed and shit. They were
Yeah.
just like, oh, like big biker dudes. So
Yeah.
they liked me, you know?
Cool.
But yeah,
I
it
was-
was scary at first.
I was super nervous to go see Brian because I thought that I might have warrant out for my arrest too.
I've been there too, man.
Because
Yeah.
I had no idea why Brian was in jail, and
Right.
we were allegedly growing a bunch of mushrooms in the basement.
I don't think you really have to use that word that much, but I'm going to start doing it, like I
Just-
said,
just
randomly.
in case.
Allegedly.
But yeah,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't like psychedelics. From what I found out, they knew I was selling weed. They didn't seem to mind a bit. The second I sold psychedelics, it was on my
Man,
ass.
they knew. They knew.
Yeah.
And so that's why
Fuck.
I was really scared about contacting Brian because there was like cops that always went up and down our road for the people
In
down
Farmington?
below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Well, our neighbor was a meth dealer, I think.
Oh,
we were
I
like
believe it.
we were the chill little hippie weed dealers
Friendly
on the block.
neighborhood weed
yeah.
dealer.
Yeah.
And then our neighbors across the street were like kind of meth heads.
Borderline
Like,
meth
They
heads.
used to be, but they don't.
But they dabbled.
But they
But
dabble.
a few times a year.
Every,
Special
every once in a
occasion.
while, you'd see him out working on his car for like 4 days,
Right.
just like
Right.
night after night. They were cool as fuck
Air
though.
compressor kicks on
They
at
would-
4 in the morning.
They would watch our dogs.
Yeah, dude.
We put a lot of trust in them. Like
Yeah,
we'd
yeah.
go on vacation and just let them watch our dogs in our house with everything.
What?
All of our money. And
Why? That wasn't smart.
Because we were fucking young.
Yeah,
Stupid.
The dude was
Yeah.
cool, and I
But
think
no-
he liked having a place away from his wife for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go
he'd
hang
come
out
over
with
and
the
snort
dogs.
pills with me,
I mean, allegedly.
allegedly.
No, but I
That was
mean,
a long
like,
time
you guys
ago.
had that
And-
personal relationship, so you know, like, because you know that not everybody that
Well,
fucking does
yeah.
drugs is a piece of shit.
No,
Most
he
trustworthy meth head I ever met in my
Right.
life.
For real. Yeah.
100%.
That's what I was at one point to somebody,
fucking
you
A.
know? Like, it's impossible. Like, just because you're on some fucked up shit
Well, it's
doesn't
like-
mean you have to be a piece of shit.
But it's all about that
his
personal
wife had a
relationship.
constant
Yes.
connection to Xanax, and we had all the weed, like the dankest weed in town.
Nice.
Like the dankest weed in town just kind of fell in our laps because we were working with the dude,
Okay.
and it was perfect.
Perfect. Yeah. That's cool.
And then all of a sudden,
Shit
quit
hit the
college.
fan. You quit college? Where'd you go to college?
San
Juan?
College
Where's that at again?
in Farmington.
Is it?
It's a community college. It's a nice
Is it
community
decent?
college.
It's
yeah.
a giant community college, and their nursing program's like gangster.
Every time I start to think about possibly going back to college, I think, what the fuck am I talking about?
Dude,
Like,
I don't know
why?
what the fuck I would do.
There's so much you can, like, I've read
And it's
more books
expensive.
than most college students ever will.
Honestly, if,
on my own for
if you
free,
really want
dude.
to, like something that's practical, you can find it on YouTube and learn everything on YouTube.
I mean, even maybe I'm old fashioned, but the fucking library has everything, dude. Like, I mean, I buy every time I go into the library, I walk out.
Yeah,
with
you're
at least-
old-fashioned.
I buy like I mean, I do.
books.
Yeah, I like them.
I love books.
I do.
read books
I
all the
enjoy
time.
them, man. I really like. I mean, the only fiction I really like are spy novels. I love spy
Dude,
novels.
in
They're
jail,
so fun.
Spy novels were my
Dude,
jam.
it's like reading a movie, dude.
Right,
the
It's
piece
for
so bad.
sure.
All right,
Go
dude.
for it.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I didn't think about it that way till my wife put it that way one day. She's like, it's kind of like reading a movie when you read a spy novel, and it is like, because you just envision it so vividly, and it's just, and I don't know. My grandfather was in the OSS,
Okay.
which was the precursor to the CIA,
Right.
and I think, I mean, because what happened was he had joined the army at 17. He lied to get in, and then he spoke fluent German, so they put him overseas with the OSS to like help. Yeah, it's probably scary, and I didn't find out a lot of this until after he passed away. He never talked about it ever once.
I think that's kind of how that works.
Yeah, of course. Of course, yeah. But like my grandma told me a little bit after he passed away, and I mean, it was just so intriguing to me. I was like, maybe that's why I've always been obsessed with spy movies and spy novels,
Dude.
because it's in my blood a little bit.
Genetic DNA or genetic memory is a thing. Like there is memory in our DNA. Like people that are really good at things,
Interesting.
their kids tend, even if like somebody has to work really hard to get good at something, it seems to pass some of that down to the kid where they have to make less effort. Like they're more naturally gifted in whatever sense, and maybe it's their upbringing, but there is like.
I think upbringing is a big part of it too, though.
Right, but they think that's why kids that live in the city are afraid of monsters, because our genetic memory is just like we've been preyed on by fucking big cats and like
Right.
you know everything.
Yeah.
Without our brains and tools and fire, we wouldn't have made it, homie. We're
No,
soft.
Yeah.
We don't have claws. We don't have sharp
Yeah.
teeth.
We're easily eatable.
we don't have fur anymore. You know, like
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Some people still do.
but like people that have never had an
This guy.
people that have never had an experience with snakes or spiders are afraid of snakes and spiders. You know, they might have
Absolutely.
nightmares about them. And movies are one thing, I guess, but like that true fear that you feel deep inside is like genetic memory being passed down. Just like, especially the bad things, the things that can kill you. You know, I'm good.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go to East by Southwest after this. I can drive you
Okay.
if you're interested.
Maybe.
If you're interested.
I
talk
gotta
about
be
it.
careful what I eat there because I'm allergic to seaweed, and they
Oh.
cook with
Kat
a lot
can
of
help you,
seaweed.
dude. Kat, yeah, but Kat knows that fucking menu back and forth. Trust me, she will find something. Plus, I mean, I don't eat fish really. I just ate my first roll
I don't
a
eat that
few
much
weeks
fish.
ago,
I love sushi.
and it's like a fried crab roll with cream cheese in it. Like it's
that
not
sounds
even.
good.
It's so good. But then, like I want to.
love
I
seafood.
want to get better at eating sushi, so I tried this other one. It's like a spicy crab roll with some cream cheese and something else in it, and it was raw. It wasn't fried, and I actually enjoyed it. And so, like, she's like, the next step for me would be like try like a tuna roll.
Dude, let's do it. I'm down.
I might. I don't
I-
know if I'm up to trying something new today.
I don't like
Maybe.
I don't like fish really, like cooked
Fishy fish.
Like
Or-
I really don't give a shit about fish. Like
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of the texture.
I'm the same way. The only reason-
taste isn't my shit.
I
Like,
love all seafood.
it's just
You do
honest,
all of
yeah.
it? Shellfish?
all of it.
I
Most-
hate shellfish.
I'm allergic
seafood
to
turns me off.
I'm allergic
Yeah.
to seaweed. So
That's
like
interesting.
Asian food places, I have to be careful because they cook with a lot of seaweed.
Well, you just need to ask Kat. She can guide you in that.
Last time I just got sick. It doesn't make.
oh,
if,
from
if I,
from there?
yeah,
Oh,
if I
no.
eat a lot of it, I might like break into hives and my throat swell up. But if it's
Shit.
just a little bit, I usually just get sick to my stomach,
I got you.
and it's.
I have weird food allergies too, so I understand that shit sucks.
no,
It's the weirdest one. Seaweed.
Yeah,
It's the only
that
thing
is-
that I've found.
right.
Coel's super allergic to pine nuts.
Oh, really? Just
Yeah.
pine nuts though, not any other nuts.
She's allergic to all kinds of shit, but that's the only food
Yeah.
that she's allergic to.
Got you.
feel like, and it comes up.
Mm.
Mm.
Do you guys want to see a funny video of us at our old
course.
house?
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
I haven't seen any of these for so long. Oh Jesus.
Will the camera be able to pick it up?
Oh no.
I can add it. We could probably add it in.
That'd be dope.
I'm telling you, I don't think it was.
Allegedly. Nice.
We got so
Is
high
that
at
you,
the house.
dude?
Yeah.
Is that Brian?
Baby Brian.
Baby Brian for real.
We're
though.
like 18.
You're dying, son.
Yeah, that happened a
that
lot
was a
back then.
big rip, dude.
That happened a lot.
We
back
didn't
then.
have cable, so we just watched all these movies, and I don't know what fuck
Sounds
movie.
like a disc menu in the bag. It doesn't
Yeah.
even sound like a movie.
No, I think we were watching a movie.
Who knows, dude? Those days were so high. That house was where we really grew up, became men. You know?
Is Coel there at that time?
Nah, right. But this was right before I met
Right before you
Coel.
met Coel? Cool.
We moved in, and I think Phil met Coel within 3 months of moving out
That's
of our parents'
crazy.
house.
You guys have been together for a long time, and you were young first.
Phil had a wave.
I was a cougher, man. I
Dying
still
hard.
am a
wanna smoke
cougher.
now.
I'll pack a bowl.
You made me want to smoke.
This
Who's
was
this
our
kid?
life, man.
Who's this
This
kid?
is why we got our own house, so we could do this in the living room.
Initially, this is why I got my Jeep Cherokee, so we had a place to get high. It was like a rolling place to get high.
This
you
was
know?
like
Who's
the
that guy?
That's our roommate.
Does he live here now?
No,
he lives in Aztec area.
he's got a family and
Oh, Aztec
he's like a
seems-
doctor and
He is?
yeah.
He's
Smart,
a nurse.
dude.
He's a nurse.
I thought he was wanting to be a doctor.
Maybe. I don't
But
know.
still,
I
I
was
mean, a
talking him
nurse
up.
is not
My
a
dad
shitty
sees him.
profession. That's smart. I mean,
I was talking him up.
No, he was the smart one.
Good buddy. You are a good friend, man.
He was the smart one out of us for sure. His parents were super practical and pushed him in a super practical direction.
He was
Cool.
such
Good
a cool,
for him.
He
I was
such
always
a cool
rebelling.
dude, though.
Yeah, I was too, dude.
Yeah, I
was
feel like
too.
I'm just now stopping.
Now I wish I
rebelling.
wouldn't have so much, you
Yep,
know?
totally.
But
But at
it
the
also
same
built me
time,
the way I am.
We have all that experience that now maybe
Shitloads.
these guys who are married and have kids are like, fuck, maybe I should have fucked off a little bit more in my
Right.
20s
Yeah, yeah.
and not
Maybe I
got
could
so
be a
much
comedian now.
responsibilities. Exactly.
Yeah, I think the life.
And now
of-
they're locked into debt and
Fuck
fucking
that.
college.
I got good fucking credit, bro.
to each their own.
Nurse?
Yeah, for real. They might be
Kidding.
happy.
I know.
But
Well, they got kids. I'm sure that brings
Okay,
them
this
joy.
is the funny part.
Can't hear it.
just me dying. Oh,
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I forgot
Oh
about the
my
rat.
God. Yes.
Oh, there's
I
Phil.
need that.
So Mike had a rat. His name was Billy, and we let him just roll around while we smoked weed.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Look at baby Phil.
This is a funny ass video, dude.
We used to film ourselves
Baby
smoking
Phil.
weed. Yeah, we were just young bloods,
BB
man.
and BP.
Smoking.
I love that bong, dude.
I still have that box.
I'm surprised you do.
Yeah, man.
10 years later, huh?
We take care of our-
Allegedly.
No, we just bought so much fucking glass.
Yeah,
that-
we broke half of it. Some of it lasted.
Yeah, like this pipe I've had since I was in high school.
But it's
It's-
because it's tough.
It's a badass.
been
I
dropped and
dropped
not
it on my
died.
fireplace the other day.
Oh,
and it didn't, I thought
shit.
it was done.
Yeah.
I was like, and it tink.
And that's sentimental at this point, too, so that would really suck.
This is chameleon glass.
That's why I don't take my bowl outside my house at all. Like, I mean, I have a one-hitter or like a, what are they called? A chillum that I bring out with me that I don't care about at all.
Right.
Like, because it's disposable in my
What's
eyes.
that old school Atlanta shit? Just in case you got a.
Yeah, I guess so, dude. I guess so. I don't take my real glass outside, dude, because I'm clumsy sometimes, man. I'm a lot less clumsy now than I used to be, but I am clumsy, so I don't want to fucking lose my shit.
My favorite pipe. Luckily, it was raining this day, but it fell out of my lap when I had to open this gate, and then I had to shut the gate. Yeah,
yeah.
I couldn't find my pipe, and I was not leaving until I found the motherfucker. I searched the truck, and then I saw this little pink glimmer because the sun kind of shone through the trees, and I ran it over, and it sunk because it rained that day.
Okay.
But my buddy made it, and
Oh,
it means a
man.
lot to me. But it's the best pipe.
But
to
did it
smoke
break
out
when you
of.
ran it
No,
over?
No,
No.
it's in. Yeah,
Wow.
dude,
That
I love
pipe's
this.
like this pipe.
Yeah, exactly. It's so strong, and
I
structurally
think the
there is a
egg
shape.
like the
Yeah.
roundness.
The shape helps.
There is a structurally sound shape.
That's amazing.
But if it did
so,
die,
so it went into
It was a
mud
dirt
then,
road.
right? So it went into mud.
but
like,
it wasn't like mud. It was
pretty solid.
hard pack road mud. Yeah, like it was kind
Did
of
it
like
get buried underneath? Or was it sitting right on top? Like when you
Well,
drove
it
back?
was like road level. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I could just barely see like the sun hitting off of it,
that's
and
what
I was
you're
like,
saying.
"What
Yeah.
is that?"
Oh, wow.
Because
And you found
I
that's
could
so
not
cool.
leave. I couldn't leave it. I love it so much.
Cool, man. Yeah.
It's my
I-
favorite pipe.
Dude,
and
I
a
know.
friend made
I feel
it, so
sentimental
it's like
about pipes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they really?
yeah. And I custom had him make it. Like I was like, I want this, this, and this.
No way.
And he was just like, "All right, dude." And then I was
Damn.
talking to him last night. I was in his hot tub bullshitting with him.
Mm-hmm.
And our buddy Evan and his new lady.
Allegedly.
She's pretty hot. But she's got a, I don't know,
Gracias.
kind of an interesting personality. But
I'm not gonna say what I almost said.
type move.
Me too. I was gonna say something, but
I gotta
yeah.
stop. Yeah, I shouldn't have brought it up.
Yeah, we all
Oh
know.
yeah.
But me
Yeah,
and
it's
Zach were
confirmed.
talking about
Allegedly.
oh, he was like, "Dude, I'm just gonna," because he's gonna buy a spot up on the mesa, I think, a piece of land.
Thanks, bro.
And he's like, "I'm just gonna make 10,000 pipes like yours and just sell them across the country." He was like, "It's the perfect pipe." And I was like, "I told you, motherfucker,"
Yeah.
because his were all big and stuff. And not that I'm not into that, but it's just not convenient, you know? Because every once in a while, when you're snowboarding, when you're at a concert, like sometimes you need a pipe. And in Durango, I
Sure.
know everybody that pats you down, so I'm
It's the
like,
perfect size.
It is.
yeah, I know everybody that pats me down in Durango, so they're like, "What's that?" I'm like, "It's weed." And as long as it's not alcohol, they don't give a shit.
Right.
They're just like,
Thank God. It's
just
finally
don't bring
gotten there.
shooters into our bar,
Oh my
you know? But
Yeah.
it may have something to do with the fact that I know him, because I know him pretty well.
Right. I
But
mean, that
I doubt it.
definitely. No, that matters.
But they
a
feel
lot.
like a nug jug and a pipe, and they're like, "What's that?" I'm like, "It's just weed." They're like, "Cool." Like, I'm gonna
We
smoke
should-
it right outside the door later.
We should make a Vegas trip again, semi soon.
Dude, I want to go just to do some
Vegas!
comedy because that's a hard
Dude,
town to do
look,
comedy
There's
in.
so many
Make a-
comedy clubs. We were thinking about potentially moving there. How do you feel about it? Like outside of town?
Problem
like 30
is,
minutes out?
I've kind of
Well, you're going to
get
LA,
cat.
right?
Well, the thing is, I've gotten Cat's hopes up to go back to the beach, and my grandma and aunt and cousins live in Huntington Beach, California.
Sweet.
And my grandma's getting really old and like falling. Like she's actually moving into my aunt's house like this week.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
she can't live on her own anymore.
Yeah.
And which scares the shit out of me.
It
So
sucks,
Kat and I
dude.
also want to like be close,
Yeah.
you know. So it's like it's literally not just we wouldn't just go for comedy. We'd go for I mean, yeah, of course I'm going to pursue comedy while I'm there.
For
But
sure.
it'd be better to be near my family, especially
Yeah,
my
yeah.
grandma. She's
And it
getting
just happens
older.
to be, the one or two best place in the world to do
To
comedy.
do it. I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah. And also, Kat and I always have like planned to open our own kava bar,
Sick.
and LA would be a great place to do it.
I agree.
So I
And
mean,
you'd be
there's
great
probably
at it,
already
man.
one or two. Oh yeah, I've worked at
So passionate.
I've worked at them, man. That's what I did for like 3 years before I moved here. 2 or 3 years before I moved here, I worked in kava bars like this place, Tanaga Kava. Check them out, Palm Beach Gardens, Florida.
Shameless
Dude,
plug.
it's my friends. Yeah, it's shameless. That's my friends Mike and Danny that own that place, and like I had worked with Mike at a previous kava bar in West Palm Beach, which was actually the first place in the country to sell kratom in like bar as a bar form, and so I worked for those guys, and then man, I forgot where I went. I think I went back to Georgia. I went back to Georgia. We Kat and I went back to Georgia to work for this furniture company for a little bit. And then we went out to High Point, North Carolina and worked for a little bit and then came back. And then we just, like, we made a bunch of money, so we wanted to go visit Florida just for vacation. And when we did, we saw our friend's new kava bar. And by the end of the trip, they were like, why don't you guys move back down here, move into our spare bedroom rent-free, and work for us at the kava bar?
It's a no-brainer.
In paradise, in like Palm Beach, Florida. Like, yeah, exactly. It was a no-brainer.
When you
And,
get an
like,
opportunity.
it was just such a blessing, dude, because we really didn't know what we were going to do. We did not want to be stuck where we were in Georgia at my parents' house. And so yeah, we fucking did that. We went down there and worked for them for like a year or so, saved up a bunch of money. And we actually moved out to Colorado from there with the intent of opening up a kava bar here.
Okay.
But we didn't so we first went to the more populous areas like Denver and Boulder. But we hated fucking Boulder. Boulder just reminded us of like West Palm Beach, but in the mountains, like very pretentious.
So
How did
you end up in southern Colorado?
So
Durango?
I'll tell you, man, because one of our regular customers at the first kava bar I worked at, I became friends with him and his wife, and they so happened to live up in what's it called? The really nice neighborhood. Starts with an E up by Purgatory.
Electra Lake.
Electra Lake. They live in Electra Lake in this badass house. I mean,
they're pretty fly.
Yeah. So they were like, because we were in Denver and I was on the phone with my buddy. I was like, I hate this place, dude. This is not Denver. Denver was dope. Excuse me. Boulder. Right. Boulder fucking sucked to me. And he was like, well, dude, it's 8 hours and you have 4 days left on your trip. Why don't you just drive down and hang out with us for a day or two and see what you think about Durango, dude? We fell in love instantly, dude. And the fun fact, the first building we ever walked into in Durango when we were visiting them is they took us straight to Steamworks, which I'm now working at, you know. Yeah, so that's come full circle. But we are glad that we didn't start a kava bar here because we don't want to be stuck in this small town. Both of us are, like, she misses the beach and probably being around more people too, and I just miss just more of a urban environment a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean... I don't know.
I'm getting that bug.
I love walking around. I like walking everywhere, and I don't.
I feel like Durango would be a great place to settle, but I'm not ready to settle. You know.
Yeah, it seems like it. I'm not ready to settle
raise kids and shit. This place seems awesome.
It's the perfect place to raise kids. Spot. If you want to have a family, yeah. But if you want to have a kava bar, I mean, actually, that's why we chose this place too. A kava bar would fucking murder here. Really if there's any smart rich people out there, you'll open a fucking kava bar in Durango.
Me and Quill have thought about it.
Because I know how to run it. I can help you get it started. I know everything you need, dude. Like, I'm ready to do it.
I don't know if I'm ready to just settle that hard.
Yeah. I know, exactly. Because you're rooted at that point, man.
Yeah.
And so that's why we want to go to LA too. That's the other reason we want to go there is because this is her dream and her passion, you know? So, and I want her to have that.
That's awesome.
And so, like, we could both pursue our dreams and passions. I'll help her with the kava bar because her and I worked side by side. And it was like boot camp for learning how to run your own kava bar.
If you're doing something that you enjoy, where you can make a living
with
and pursue comedy. Like, you don't have to work at a shitty spot. You don't have to work at the gas station while you're writing jokes.
Sure.
You know what I mean? If you're doing something you enjoy. She thinks
ultimately it can fund my comedy, too, because I mean, not to put anybody's business out there, but they're all doing very well, the people I know that own kava bars. Yeah. You know? So, like, I mean, because it's like a niche market almost, but it's an all-natural thing, which is a big thing to everybody these days. And it's like...
there's a market for it.
There's a really cool spot in Santa Fe that's a kava bar.
Oh, what's it
called? They also
called?
have, I can't remember.
Okay.
I wish I remembered.
I didn't know there was one
in Santa Fe. There's a couple. It's right downtown Santa Fe. You'll find it pretty easily if you're walking around. But they've got a giant menu, a fold-out menu of all kinds of different kava. They've got kratom on it.
Cool.
They've got CBD infusions. You could make like smoothies that has kava, kratom, CBD. And they also have like massage rooms and O2 rooms with like oxygen.
Really?
And you can do everything together, and it's like this big multi-level thing.
That's a huge operation
really cool.
right there, and that's cool, and I respect that. I like the multifacetedness of it.
It's like a little bit for everybody, and just like wheatgrass shots.
I've never actually been to an oxygen bar.
Yeah.
So I would actually be interested in visiting it for the
kava
and
while you're doing oxygen.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be dope. But you know what Kat and I know is that, man, it doesn't take a super large amount of capital to fucking start a kava bar. It's very basic. I mean, and just like I said, having that knowledge, like all we need to do, what we're just working on is just busting our asses working right now and saving as much money as we can and trying to get that together, get enough money together to where we can get a loan for the rest of what we need, you know, so she can start that thing and I can help her with that, and then I can also pursue that and be close to my family at the same time.
Dude, and if we did happen to go to Vegas, how awesome would it be if we were there and you were there?
3 hours away.
I'm sure that'll happen. Yeah.
It's a bummer that we couldn't hang out all the time, but when we did, like
Yeah.
it would be awesome.
That'd be
you know?
dope. I've never been to Vegas.
I think
Oh, yeah.
I think Vegas.
Have you
Vegas.
guys both been?
Mm-hmm. We
Yeah.
went together.
I used to live in Vegas.
Oh, you
well,
did?
I
Oh,
lived
I
in
think-
there for like a summer, but I went out there every summer for a long time because
Okay.
my grandparents lived out there.
Oh, sweet.
So I was
is it,
always
is
in
it,
Vegas.
Is it cool? It's just a desert town, huh?
It's really cool.
Obviously, but
There's a
like,
lot going on, man.
I want to
It's,
see it. Dude, I want to go
It's
visit.
pretty
It's a crazy
impressive.
place.
If you've never seen it, it is goddamn impressive. And walking
Dude,
through
we
the
should go.
hotels, every
And now
hotel
that-
has their own badass thing.
Now that
Really?
weed's legal,
Yeah.
It's
it's,
recreationally legal in Nevada now.
it's like Denver.
Yeah, last time
It's
we
like
were there.
it's a more sinister Denver.
Yeah, cool.
I think the Greenlight weekend would fit right into Las Vegas.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, and last time we were there, it was right after weed was legal, and Phil has a timeshare, and it's like a bedroom and a big ass pull out couch or whatever, but it was on the ground level, and we were just sitting on our like balcony, but it was right next to the parking lot, just smoking weed, and nobody gave a fuck. It
That's
was,
awesome.
And that was
dude.
just medical.
Oh,
Now
right.
it's like as long as you're not like fucking butt ass naked hanging out of a window.
I think
on-
most states are pretty chill on it now, for the most part.
But Vegas, like you really got to be fucking up
yeah,
To get arrested?
To get arrested, Like, you really got to be making a scene.
yeah. I had
Yeah,
at
look at
least
that.
2 people that knew I had cocaine in my pocket, and nothing bad happened.
Allegedly.
Well, I mean,
He's like, nope.
I've told you I don't know how to use that word.
this was
dude.
a long time ago, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play that card.
Where's the
I'm
proof?
just not gonna
Statute
say.
of limitations is real.
No, the
And
tac-
if there's a place for cocaine, I
I
say
don't
Las
really
Vegas
care.
is
I only
that
say
place.
allegedly because you guys do. I don't
Oh.
give a shit.
The taxi
I'm open
driver-
about my shit, dude. It happened.
Well,
The taxi
after 100
driver-
hours
After 100
of
hours.
recording, I gotta start watching myself, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
no. Don't do that. Be honest.
what I'm saying.
Be yourself.
Whoa,
fuck
You're
it.
not going to get in trouble.
we tell most of our. I mean, most people know everything.
How can you get in trouble? It's not an ongoing crime or investigation.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
Unless it is and you guys aren't telling me.
no, any like selling drugs has happened a long time.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
And
sell
say-
drugs anymore.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I won't. Like,
I hustle Beanie
That's
Babies,
why I don't
son.
think it's a big deal, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's our past. It's not our present. Excuse
Right.
me. Yeah, it's not our present, man.
well, my dad started listening, and he kind of freaked me out for a second. He's like, "Hey, man, so when I was younger, I don't know. I guess it's a generational thing, but we didn't just tell the world that we just did an 8-ball last night, and also psychedelics." And I was just
Change,
like,
sir.
"Well, Dad, it's all alleged. That's all fake. And even if part of it's
all
real, it was obviously an exaggeration. You can't do an 8-ball in a night." It's just like, okay.
Oh no, man, that's funny. He bought it.
Well,
Sorry, Mr. Nystrom.
no,
He
he's
bought
cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm not selling cocaine. I'd never have
People don't
cocaine
care about the users
for
as
more than a
much.
day.
That should be a T-shirt or
Yeah.
a bumper sticker.
I've
Just
never
like,
had
I
cocaine
mean,
for more than a day.
I mean, I'm not selling cocaine.
Light weekend.
Oh,
It's just like
That's a meme for sure.
I listen to so many podcasts where people just say a lot worse shit than we're saying.
Famous
sometimes.
people that are
Yeah.
easy to find.
Yeah, exactly.
Constantly posting where
It's
they'll
just
be.
It just makes
we
me
would
not
have
worried.
we would have died in Vegas if we didn't have cocaine.
Dude, for sure.
Why? Too much alcohol?
Dude,
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah, I spent.
Shit.
just like
You know,
there's
like a
no
week's
other
worth of
way to
money.
do Vegas without coke. Like,
I don't want to go then.
eh,
I gotta experience it.
you gotta just
I'm not gonna do coke.
once you'll
Oh.
you'll be tired of it. Honestly, after a week
Yeah.
of Vegas, you'll
3
be good.
days.
I'll drink a little.
You don't
a
have
lot.
to do cocaine.
I might. Yeah, I'm not going to.
We're not
No,
gonna
but
make
if
you
you
do
start
cocaine.
drinking at 11 a.m. and you start drinking heavily at 11 a.m., if you want to be at a strip club at 2 a.m.,
You gotta do it.
cocaine really,
It really helps.
yeah,
helps.
you could just keep
I
drinking.
can see that. I
It-
can see that.
Yeah, and it should be used as a
just-
tool.
I
I think
hate getting
we're
that
the
drunk.
most reasonable people to do cocaine. Like, we're never at an excess, allegedly.
No, I haven't
That's
been
what
in-
you're just,
It's-
your shirt should say "Green Light Weekend" on the back. Just say allegedly.
Yeah, that's good.
It's not bad. I mean, I don't sell coke.
Funny.
Allegedly.
Yeah, it's really funny. Oh shit! I gotta text Kat, let her know. So you guys are coming, right?
What time is it?
It's 5.
5. Damn, we've been doing 90 minutes.
Almost.
Oh yeah,
78.
78 minutes ain't bad.
Let's
No,
keep
I'm
going.
enjoying the fuck out of it.
Yeah, let's keep going. I just want to let her know because she's like, try and text me.
I'm down, dude. Let's do
a
it.
time.
I'll eat some motherfucking sushi, and if I order it, you'll try it.
See.
Don't
forget to text me.
Oh, awesome.
See. Oh wait, you did not see it.
There's so much going on. I was like, IP Motec? I don't understand.
Motec means sweetheart in Hebrew, and
okay.
she's Jewish, so
You
she calls
guys,
me
you guys
that.
want to take a quick break?
No, I mean if you
Well,
you want to,
You want to just go for like 12 more minutes?
Yeah.
whatever you want, man.
I'm enjoying
I was
the
just
fuck
gonna
out of
text
just
her.
talking.
She said, don't forget to text me about what time you're coming.
When do we have to stop the podcast?
Never.
All right.
Fucking never.
That's what
bro.
I'm saying.
But
Never.
I think
There's no rush
we
at
hit
all.
90 minutes because I think cheap sushi ends
Well,
at
I mean, we
6:30.
got here at 3:30. We probably didn't start.
Are
till
you
like
being
3:50.
cheap? You're just worried about paying less for sushi?
Dude? Even if you
That's
want,
part of it.
hey, but Brian, even if you want to get there by happy hour don't end until 6:30, and
Right.
it's just 5. We could go for a while longer if
That's
you want.
fair.
We don't have to.
Dude,
I'm
I
just
am so cool.
having a good time.
I'm chilling.
comfortable.
Yeah, I'm having fun. I just wanted to let her know. I was just trying to be
Right.
respectful
No,
husband. I wasn't
totally.
trying to interrupt the podcast
No.
at all.
Brian's just being cheap.
I'm
Don't be
kind
cheap,
of,
son.
I don't want to pay that much for sushi.
It's like $1 more when it's not happy hour too.
I've been there once. I don't know.
All right.
But
It's-
I was
it's
also
worth it.
concerned about the GoPro battery because that lasts about 90 minutes. So we might need to take a break at some point because the last
we can
30
go
minutes
whenever.
of our last podcast is just the logo because the battery died. We're like, oh, we'll finish in a minute. Then we talked for another 30 minutes. It's awesome.
Okay,
why we need to
well,
get a
whatever
sponsor.
you guys want to do, I'm
Yes.
down for whatever.
We're working on one.
As long as I don't talk about it.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll just tell her we'll be there about 6.
nice.
So we have whatever time. We have an hour to kill.
You know what I do want to talk about while we're here before
What's
we
that?
don't talk about it at all is the show this Friday at Down the Rabbit Hole
Oh, sweet.
that you are a big part of, I believe,
Sure. Yeah. Well.
or
I mean,
a part of.
Well, here's what happened is I came to Justin and I talked to Elliot and I brought him this show format that I had written out for an idea for an open mic comedy show, but to make it a little different, I'm trying to make it like there's 10 signups,
Right.
and each comic gets 7 minutes, and then the host will do 5 minutes up front. And then that leaves us about time for like 15 or 20 minutes for a headliner when we do have one.
Right.
And so like each comic will get a free drink ticket. And then at the end of the open mic part, before the headliner, they'll be like, well, we're going to try and figure out the most efficient way to figure out, like, to get by crowd applause who they thought was the best comic.
Right.
And we're going to give that comic just an extra free drink.
Fuck yeah.
Just something small, but it's just something different. And so we want to do that. And let's see.
And the first show's on the 15th.
Well, yeah, So I talked to Elliot about that though, and Elliot is a much better. He's really good and he's really good at like executing like business propositions. Like he'll initiate like
He seems
interaction.
really good at it,
He's
yeah.
smart, dude. Yeah, like I've been learning from him. Like now I actually know how to, like, if I want to go out of town on a tour, I know how to do it because I watched how he did it. You know,
Totally.
so it's interesting. But so like he contacted the people that run the place. We had a meeting with them, and like we got all set up for the 15th, and then Elliot tried contacting that guy again, and he never got back to him. So he called and talked to the general manager, and he told us that the guy that we had spoken to, I'm not going to use any names, but the guy that we had spoken to had been like fired or something, and that he never said anything to the general manager about us starting doing comedy on the 15th.
I'm pretty sure I know the new general manager, and
Oh, really?
I brought it up to him, and he was like, because it was like 2 days before he was gonna start there.
Yeah.
And I brought up, I was like, yeah, I think my friends are throwing a new comedy show there, and he's like, oh, well, whatever the last guy did, I mean, I'm not really involved yet, but I'm about to know everything.
Okay.
And I was just like,
So-
okay, well, my friends are gonna start a comedy show there,
yeah.
and you should
Well,
be cool to him.
That's probably the dude that Elliot
He's
talked to.
super
And he
cool.
was cool, dude. He
Yeah.
was cool because he said, okay, you guys were already like scheduled to like do this on the 15th. So from 8 to 10 on the 15th and Down the Rabbit Hole, we are going to have an open mic comedy show for sure. But it's kind of like a trial run because he wants to see what kind of business we can bring in, of course. Like he just wants to see how it goes. I don't even think
Totally.
I honestly think from my impression that I get of him is like he's not as worried about the business as much as he is about like the comedian
Quality of
saying,
the show.
Well, no, just the comedian saying stuff that offends people. He doesn't want walkouts, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And that's a reasonable
He's a
request.
people pleaser.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's a totally reasonable request.
And I'm
I
not
mean,
very PC
we
at
don't
all.
have to be like PC. We don't have to be PC, and you can curse and you can be yourself. But he just doesn't want people like
He's like,
getting
hey,
up and
this
walking
isn't the
out.
ranch.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want people getting out and walking out offended, and so I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's so that's why it's Elliot and mine's show. Like he's
Right.
gonna host the first week because
He's a good host.
oh yeah, of course, dude.
I
He's
try
just a
to
good
make
comic.
My whole set
But-
not about me playing with my dick.
Yeah, so we have
'Cause
to
I don't
figure out
want
too.
that.
So the signups will start at 7:30 for comics that are interested in signing up, and like we said, we're gonna cap it at 10, and that's for time restraints. But the perk is if you get there and sign up on time, you get 7 minutes, which is like 2 more minutes than you get.
I think
on
I could do
Thursday.
7 minutes, bro.
You can do it. Of
I
course.
saw the light this last time and I was like, sweet, I got a minute. It felt
nice.
so good. That was the
Yes.
first time I ever saw the light.
That's
I
great.
looked over, Justin was like, blink,
Yeah.
blink. I was like,
Oh,
cool.
that's so awesome, dude. I
Told
know
one
that
more story
feeling.
and got the fuck off stage.
Right, yeah. So yeah, we gotta make a good impression. I hope we do. Elliot's gonna host because we're gonna alternate, but he's gonna start it off, especially because he's just coming back from like Minneapolis at that time, and just to
Right.
get him up there for a little bit more time than he would if he just did a set, I guess.
Nice.
I don't know. I feel like hosting like just those little interactions between comics gives you a lot of opportunity to try new jokes. So
Uh-huh.
I think I don't know. That'll
So
be a
you hear
good
that,
way.
guys? Like this Friday, go out to Down the Rabbit Hole and see the open mic night.
Yeah,
Go see
check it out.
Elliot. Dave will be there, I'm sure.
I think so.
It's going to be 10
I'll be there.
comedians. And whoever's
Yeah,
the
that's
funniest
assuming.
gets a
Oh,
free
by the way,
beer.
if anybody knows where we could rent a PA system for $50 or less for that night for 2 hours, please let us know. Hit me up on Facebook or on Twitter at DaveOLaughs.
Even something small.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, we
I
just
might
don't
got
have
you.
anything yet right
All right.
now.
I'll talk to my boy.
Unless he's found something and hasn't let me know, but him and I are on the hunt. I'm pointing at his poster right now, like him and I.
Yeah,
him
if you
and
want
I-
to see Elliot's
well,
poster, you got to look at YouTube.
That's
but
hilarious.
It's hanging right behind me. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So we're on the hunt for a PA system right now. If anybody knows.
Yeah, I
Let me
might.
know.
I might have something for you.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, my buddy's sound engineer. He's got all kinds of shit like that.
You really
Right
don't
on.
need that much for.
I don't think
No,
so.
he's
dude.
got
Down
one
the
on
rabbit hole.
wheels that's like the size of like a check-on or bag for a plane.
Yeah.
And it just rolls around, and then you fucking put it down, plug something into it, turn it on.
That's what I'm planning on doing in Vegas. I'm just
Fuck
gonna-
yeah,
just
like
gonna
Dave
sit-
Chappelle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit by the stratosphere,
or go sit in front of the fountains.
sling jokes,
All the
Yeah.
people that are coming to see the fountains, just sling some jokes.
sling jokes for tips.
There's
Yeah.
people selling beer out of coolers. You could totally
sure.
sling jokes for 10
There's
minutes
so much.
without getting
There's so much
interrupted.
business. Those hustling people on the strip probably make just as much as we do.
Yeah, probably for sure.
Like on the corner telling jokes.
Just all the way down the strip.
Dude,
there's just
there's every
people
gimmick in
selling
Doing
the
everything?
CDs,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
jokes.
It is chaos, bro.
fucking robots.
Vegas-
Dude, Dave
sit
Chappelle
back.
used to do that.
It's
Dude. He
crazy,
used to
dude.
sell jokes in a park.
Just go to a
In New
park
York.
and set up a PA, start
Yeah.
talking to people.
Yeah.
That's like the main attraction part of Vegas, but like the outside of Vegas is really cool too.
You really
all
like
the
it, huh?
local stuff.
Like,
yeah.
would you move there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what y'all are talking about.
Right.
Then.
Well,
Oh,
and there's a big reason too
God, I'm
because
stoned.
I fucking love Coelle,
Yeah.
and her parents are way older than mine, and so I pretty much have to
Be close
think
to-
about her parents too.
Sure.
And I think that we could either rent out their house or sell their house and then move them. Vegas would be a decent place for old people to retire
Okay.
because it's
Where's
not
her
that
parents, in
snowy.
Farmington?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be nicer than Farmington
Yeah.
for, if we could get them in a sweet assisted living area.
Right on.
And it's
Yeah.
not a retirement home, but just a place for old people to be old.
Isn't that a retirement home, dude?
No, I'm
What's the
trying
difference? Is there
to
a different?
sugarcoat it.
All right.
Assisted
all right,
living
all right.
compared to old
Yeah.
folks' home,
Yeah.
it's the same
Apples,
thing.
oranges.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
I think there's different levels, Like there's
of abuse at these different places.
exactly.
The higher level has the less abuse.
In the big cities, there's like places that it's just 55 and up, where there's not other people. They're not gonna be living in the ghetto.
Yeah, my mother-in-law lives in one of those.
Yeah, and it's just like they, Quill's dad could go play fucking poker and do random shit.
Yeah.
Like around their little village. And
Would you think they would move out to Vegas?
Yeah,
They would?
and then that's the thing. Like I have to think about them because.
Well, that'd be dope. I mean, wouldn't that be good if you were all together?
Yeah, totally, and that's the point. And I think
so
Vegas
many
would
comedy
be.
clubs.
I think
Are they
Vegas
really?
would be
I
a
mean,
decent
yeah.
spot for
I
us.
googled it the other day, dude. There's
If we're gonna
20.
keep trying to do this shit.
Fuck yeah, you should keep doing it. You guys are good.
Yeah. And not
Love
even just comedy, but the podcast too.
A lot of talent in Vegas.
I meant the podcast, but yeah, if you're gonna, I mean,
no, I want to do comedy.
I want you
too.
guys to pursue fucking comedy. Yeah, for sure.
We're
You were
all-
natural up there,
We're
dude.
all addicted to it now.
Oh, goddamn right, dude. It's
like the drug that could get me off all other drugs.
It's why I said I don't want to do coke when I go to Las Vegas. I'd rather do comedy when I go to Las Vegas
sure.
than do coke.
If we can't
Fuck
find
that.
comedy, let's do coke.
Dude, he said there's 20 comedy clubs. We'll be fine.
Dude, that's what I thought.
We'll
I was
find
like,
some
I am
mics.
so good at making friends. I will
Yeah.
definitely
We'll
find a
find
place
some
to
open
go
mics.
up.
Oh, dude, there's websites like
Find a place
there's
to work.
A certain website, I forgot what it is, but it's in my phone for Los Angeles. And you can go and it tells you every open mic of every day, and like
What?
every day.
There's
it's
an app for
that
everything.
long, dude.
Nice.
It's just a website, yeah.
But hit
And
'em
I'm
all.
sure Vegas has something like that. I don't know,
100%. If
but
LA
they have
does, I'm sure.
dude. Yeah, it's like a big thing. Like I mean, comics look it up every day to see where there's a mic that night.
Fuck
And yeah, and there's a lot. Like you can do multiple mics a night if you're willing to drive around everywhere
Hell yeah.
and not get drunk before the show or after.
I don't drink much before.
That's good. That's good. It keeps you clear, man.
I'm
My
getting-
best set I've ever done was the most sober I've ever been. Go figure.
I'm getting to the point where I don't feel like I need beer beforehand. And
Same.
I've only gone up so many times, but
yeah. How many at this point?
I think 5,
5. Nice.
which isn't that many. But
No, but it's awesome that you started.
how did you feel? This is totally off topic. How did you feel when you signed up for the comedy competition? Because I am fucking terrified.
Man, I did it like
Because you were right about where I'm at.
Yeah. I mean, I was nervous, and I don't know. I knew like it was gonna be hard, but I also was. I don't know. I guess I had some sort of weird, unfound confidence that I didn't even really know about. But subconsciously, I was confident that I could do this. I just needed to write out some more jokes, and it turned out every fucking thing I said was hacky, or not hacky per se, but like part of my set was hacky because part of it's getting judged by professional comics from out of town, and one of them said some of my shit was hacky, and like I as soon as he said it, I was like, damn, I see that, I understand.
But
I was nowhere.
4 months
I was
in.
6 months in. Yeah, I was 6 months in. I was nowhere ready to be there. But the thing was, I was competing too, and the guy I was going up against, 5 years in,
Right.
5 years
They kind
in,
of have to criticize you.
so yeah. Oh well, I mean, I deserved it. I needed it, and it helped me, to be honest, because I'm not a dick that can't take criticism. Like I got like constructive criticism, and I took it to heart, and I wrote, and it's made my shit better. And so that's good. It was that's why I was nervous at first, but in the end, I didn't regret doing it because I got invaluable advice. And I performed in front of over 200 people for the first time.
That's dope.
Like 6 months in. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. But, I mean, I didn't have any, because the way comedy works is like you can't start off at 6 months and beat somebody that's been doing it for 5 years, because they have just the most invaluable experiences of being on stage. They've bombed more than you. They've killed more than you. They've had every experience possible more than you, so they know what they're doing
I
better.
think a lot of it is just straight stage time. Like,
it.
you know what I mean?
That's
If
the
that
key.
5-year person said he's been doing for comedy for 5
Yeah.
years, but it's been
No,
off
he
and
has.
on
Oh, no.
here and there, and,
I know
and you're
him,
going
though.
up every single week, 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to get better than that.
But he was
that
doing it
person.
in Phoenix, where you can go up every night. Like, he was honed.
Then
he
yeah.
was good.
Then
And
you're-
he's a buddy of mine now, so it's
just
cool.
That's the
like-
beauty of it.
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu. It's straight mat time.
And just
As long
like
as
this.
you're
That's the
on
only
yeah,
way you get better
Time on
is
the mic.
Matt time,
podcast.
dude.
Yeah. I feel way better today than I did our very first fucking time.
right on.
doing
That's good.
The podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I felt a million times better last week hosting than not the one y'all were just at, but the week before that than I had ever before, and it was right after we did the 4 nights in Phoenix, and just being able to do it like bam, 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 like instead of having to wait a few days in between,
Yeah.
like that really helped me a lot, and doing it in a different environment too.
Well, you listen to comedians on podcasts, and they're like, "Yeah, I take 2 days off," and it's like, I don't even know what I'm doing on stage. You know, you
I
just got to
see
make
it.
it so natural. And it's the same thing for work. Like when driving, for example, I went on like a 10-day vacation and didn't drive at all, and then got in my truck to drive home from Albuquerque, and I was like, "Whoa, easy,
Out of practice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just like something that gets out.
yeah, no doubt.
But I don't know. Hopefully, I'll be able to do a shitload of comedy one of these days. I think
Dude.
next summer my plan is to exit our plan, maybe.
Sweet.
That was, one
Whoa.
of my big points earlier was like, Brian doesn't have any kids or responsibilities. It's easy for him to buy a bus and just disappear and do comedy.
Yeah,
I own a camper.
yeah.
I own a camper
Well, my
too.
family, yeah. Phil.
All you need now is a PA,
I got
and
that.
you can
for
get
sure.
that. Yeah.
I have to take my in-laws though. That's a lot of responsibility.
Right, my parents
Oh
are
my God.
fine.
My parents are fine.
My parents are pretty good. I'm going to see my mom. I love you, Mom.
Where's she at again? Houston. Yeah,
Houston.
yeah. Cool. That's dope. I've never been. Oh, I've been to Houston Airport, but that's not going to Houston. You know?
I'm gonna be there for 2 weeks. I'm
Dude, go to
stoked.
Papa
And
Do's
she's
while
like
you're there.
downtown Houston, so I'm just gonna walk all over the
Fuck
place.
yeah. See, that's what I love.
I already
about that.
have
Yeah.
a guest pass at a
No
gym right next to her house. So I'm just
Really?
gonna like run to the gym every day and just keep working out.
Have you been to Houston before?
No,
Okay, so
my
there's
family lives down there.
There's
though.
a restaurant there that is a chain across the southeast called Papa Do's, and
It's
it's
in
like
Albuquerque too.
no,
It is. Italian restaurant.
no, it's
No,
not.
it's seafood.
It's seafood. It's Cajun
No,
style,
they have it in
Creole
Albuquerque,
style.
too.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Albuquerque, bro.
That's what's up. Yeah, dude. I used to work there in Atlanta, dude. Like, I saw everybody there, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and but the food is fire, and I know y'all have it in Houston because I saw it in the fucking airport when I was
All
there.
right,
But I was
I'll
there at
check it
5 in
out.
the morning, so they weren't open. But yeah, dude, it's good food. If you,
It's fire
especially
for
if you
sure.
love seafood, like you said.
I love
Yeah, then
all
you would
seafood.
love this place.
I think I ate alligator at Papa Do's once.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
it. Fried alligator. It's an
Yeah.
appetizer.
Totally.
Yeah, I know that menu.
Good old Papa Do's. My
Yeah.
mom loved that shit.
I
so
love it
we
too.
went there every
They
time.
got
we
a
were in-
sister restaurant called Papacitas that's a Mexican restaurant. In Atlanta, they're literally right next to each other. It's awesome. They're
Tight.
literally a parking lot away.
Nice.
So you can go to both.
Like share a bar.
Yeah. No, but yeah, but basically, yeah.
Close enough.
Basically.
Nice. I'm excited for Birds.
Mm-hmm.
Birds to open.
Oh yeah, that's
That'll
a
give me a
Steamworks
reason to.
company.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
be a reason to hang out on the north side of Coel's there.
Wait, oh yeah, because she's. Oh yeah, I just found that out. I
Yeah.
don't know if we
We'll
should
just
say that.
Blast it. Fuck it.
Uh,
It has to. Everybody
We
knows
just said
now.
if Coel's there.
yeah.
Whatever. She's the manager. She's a bad bitch.
Yeah,
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Well,
And I
yeah,
love her.
dude, she is. GM, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
She's
baller.
She's running that shit.
Hell yeah, Coel. That's
She's
great.
gonna kill it.
Yeah, she will. 'Cause
She
she's
deserves
so
it.
good. Yeah, and
She's-
mhm.
On top of everything.
She was probably one of the best trainers I had.
Mm-hmm.
Her and Ari were my two best trainers. I shouldn't say that shit. You got it out.
You didn't
Cut
say
it out.
anybody's a shitty trainer.
I know.
Well, don't now.
Ball in.
All right.
Just keep it
Everybody's
out.
badass. Steamworks is awesome. We're both
Shouldn't
wearing
have said
Steamworks.
that. I'm stunned.
We're both wearing
it's okay.
Colorado Coach hats. See?
I'll tell you after we stop recording why
Yeah.
you gotta cut that. I'll tell you after why you gotta cut that. You gotta cut that part.
Okay.
Fuck
we'll
that.
Talk about it.
And the part where I was rambling earlier.
You got to talk to Phil.
All right, yeah, I'm talking to Phil after
Phil's
this.
the sound guy.
All right.
All I do is
Goddamn.
talk shit. That's
I'm so stoned and an
It'll
idiot.
just be video and no audio.
We'll just cut the audio.
That's great.
Yeah, the GoPro audio is shit. You'll barely hear it. Don't even worry about
No,
it.
you guys will understand. Trust me. You'll understand
All right.
what I mean.
I'm confused.
I have no idea.
No, why
I really
need you to
gotta
cut
pee,
it?
though.
Yeah, I gotta pee too.
All right, let's cut it.
Are we gonna bounce?
Whatever.
How long are we gone?
95 minutes.
I don't know. Are you gonna say anything else you want us to cut?
We could.
Just two
I
things.
think this conversation could keep going on.
Let's do it.
Definitely could.
Cool.
All right,
We
let's
have,
just take a good old fashioned pee break then.
Pee break. I'm gonna add music and make it sexy.
Nice. We're pretty.
yeah.
We're pretty deep to take our first pee break. I mean, we both took pees, but Dave's
I haven't.
been a soldier.
Dude, I am a soldier. God damn it.
Goddamn right.
I think I have prostate cancer.
Uh-oh. Dropping this on the podcast.
Let that bass fly. Yeah, I don't know what level you're on, man.
Dun, 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 dun.
Damn, I was talking like we were recording, but we weren't recording.
Metronome. Brian's gonna get rid of me.
I'm not getting rid of you.
You're fired.
I just...
Dave Oakley fired me.
Well, the only way to have enough podcasts until you come back at least once a week and promote the show on Friday at Down the Rabbit Hole, which everybody in Durango that's listening to this should go to, Friday the 15th, we're going to have to record another podcast. And we might have to have Dave Oakley be my co-host.
If you want,
That's awesome.
that'd be cool.
I love it.
I
We
like
can't
hanging out with
replace
you.
Phil. The studio's in your house.
Yeah, it's.
I know.
Yeah, I was joking. It was your. Yeah.
You got all this
doesn't make
security?
sense.
It was all a joke.
Okay.
It was all
I've
a
already-
dream. None of
It
this
was all
happened
a
ever.
dream.
It never happened.
Well, smoke weed.
Shit, I better just take it easy. I saw 2 cops on the way here, dude. I don't want to see 3 on the way home.
Yeah, this is my house. That's the
Yeah.
nice thing about having the studio
And
in
you got
my
to ride.
house.
And you got to ride at the sushi bar.
Yeah,
That's dope.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna convince Coel. She likes.
She's
sushi.
gonna come. Yeah,
I bet.
Cool.
I bet I could.
that would
convince
make
Coel.
Kat happy.
Yeah.
Because she kept on asking me, "Is Coel coming? Is Coel coming?" I was like, I honestly don't even know if they're coming yet. You know, I wasn't sure because I hadn't really talked to y'all
If
about
I
it.
say I'll pay for it, it's all good.
Yeah,
Do it.
I would pay for it, but my bank account got drained like 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah, that
so-
still hasn't gotten situated, huh?
Well,
What?
2
How
to
did that
10
happen?
Somebody got my credit card information and just
Should I be worried? Because that's still your Netflix.
it might stop for a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit.
No, I'm
Yeah,
living
I
on.
poach Brian's Netflix. I hope that doesn't infect our infrastructure here.
No, Amazon might go down. HBO might go down. Fight Pass might go down. I don't know what's gonna happen.
God
Phil.
damn it.
To be honest, I'm fucking scared.
Whenever Brian stops using the same email and password, I'm fucked.
Yeah, I use it different for everything.
I use-
different for everything.
I
I have
use-
to write everything down.
For video services that I know Phil might want to use, I use the one he knows.
Such a good friend.
I'm a good friend, dude.
I know.
My
guys are good
ex-girlfriend
friends.
still has access to my Netflix.
That's
I
not,
just added.
that's
I
not
use
good.
her Spotify though.
We
Okay.
added.
Fair
well, she
trade.
has her own channel,
fair trade.
so I don't even
agreement.
see what she watches.
We
Yeah.
added
Just
a
make
third
me
a
sad.
third member to our Sling TV.
Really?
So I'll give you that info.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Right.
Sling TV?
It
Sling TV is pretty cool. You can like pick different packages that have different channels,
Okay.
like just regular cable channel, and it's like cable. You hit the guide, and it's like
It's on your
And
phone or on a smart
anything,
TV or
anything.
Okay, gotcha. yeah.
anything you can get an app on.
Gotcha. Cool.
You can get the Sling app, and
Oh,
I
okay.
watch it on my phone, on my TV, in here, all over the
Nice.
place.
It's where? How much is it?
Like
It's
30
like
bucks a month?
$30.
Oh wow,
35
that
bucks
Seems
a
like a
month.
lot. Is it?
Yeah,
it's
but
worth
if
it?
we were paying probably 150
It's like-
bucks a month for cable.
It's like 45
And-
minimum.
And I get all the channels that I wanted on cable anyway. You
That's-
just bypass all the bullshit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd prefer that. Yeah, that
I
sounds
really
good.
wished you could pick like exactly what channels you wanted, but you kind of pick one channel or the other. And I bet it's because one company owns all these channels and another company owns all these channels, and you have to pay a
Yeah.
certain amount of money to each one.
Right.
So if you want the whole thing, it's like $60 a month. But that's
Okay.
still not that bad compared to
Over
and-
100 for cable.
yeah, $150 a
Yeah.
month. And we were always buying fights and shit. And so
And the fights are included.
No, not pay-per-views.
no, not pay-per-view, but
With-
still
with Sling. Okay. Yeah.
like
yeah. Dope.
it's still cheaper at
But
the
with
end.
Sling, we can watch the fights that are on ESPN.
Mhm.
You know,
Okay.
which is it's hard to like stream ESPN. Those giant channels, you know,
Okay,
they're
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
locked down.
Right
so you
on,
kind of
yeah.
gotta have access, but you gotta have cable to get access. So
Sweet,
Phil's
dude.
biting the bullet. Hell yeah!
See, I'm about to move. Actually, Kat and I get the keys to our new house.
Really?
Yeah, bought a house. Psych. No,
I
we're
was
renting.
like, what the fuck
I was
are you
like-
talking about?
I thought you said you
After
were
everything I said earlier, dude.
settling down.
Just gonna see if it would work.
Got us a 30-year mortgage. Be paying that shit off in my 70s.
No, we renting,
Well,
fool.
we can have an alley kava bar out of our garage.
Yeah, dude. So, well, we got this awesome little house. Like it's built in 1890. It's an old miner's house, shotgun house. So we have like basically 2 bedrooms, full kitchen, and a whole living room. And so one of the bedrooms is like a loft, and that's where Kat was like, "Why don't we try and like set up a studio up there?" Because I already have.
Podcast studio?
Well, she's thinking we could get
You
there,
make beats,
but I
don't
make
you?
music too.
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah.
What do you use?
I use Reason.
Nice. I love Reason.
Reason's dope.
Reason
Make dope
6.
beats?
Yeah. You can listen. Yeah, they're dope, dude. You can check them out.
Reason 5, 6.
Shit. I'm on Reason 5 right now.
Nice.
That's what
Reason
I have.
5's
I haven't,
awesome.
Yeah, I've never paid for it once. Like, luckily.
Allegedly.
Oh shit!
Sorry.
God damn.
No, I had
my brother.
I had allegedly some fake ass Reason shit too.
Yeah, but it has everything.
It's
Like,
awesome,
it's great,
yeah.
and it works. And
I like Reason because of all the plugins you can pull and
That's what I
all
was
you
about
can
to say,
like
all the
set up
patches
different
you can bring
tracks
in. Mhm.
and actually see them physically.
Reason's really
and
intricate.
play with them. Ableton Live, I didn't like that, and that's why I never bought Ableton Live. But now that I'm playing with it, there's a lot of stuff. It makes sense.
Absolutely,
It's the
yeah.
same shit.
yeah.
It's all the same. You can throw up piano rolls.
Okay.
and
Oh,
do
you
the
can,
exact
and then
same
write
shit.
out notes
Oh,
and stuff.
totally.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
it's
I
all
haven't been
it's
on
all the
Ableton
same
in
music
years.
software. Every one of them. Fruity Loops.
Yeah.
It's all basically the same.
Fruity Loop is still. I was just talking about this last night. It cracks me up still. Like not in a like what's the word? Not in like a bad way or anything. Can't find the word. But
I used to play with
but
some
like,
Fruity Loops.
But no, when I see professional producers that use Fruity Loops, it cracks me up because I'm
Yeah.
like, God damn, like that's a really good artist right there because they can take. I mean, literally everybody knows like Fruity Loops is like kind
Well,
of the bottom
that
of the
was-
line when it comes to
That's why I've been
production.
learning about music theory lately because it doesn't matter what software program you use if you
It's
don't
how
know
you
what
use the tool.
If you don't know what
man.
you're doing,
Absolutely.
it's
You can't
fucking
blame the
stupid.
tool.
Yeah,
Where's
exactly.
the phrase or something like that? You
It's-
can't blame the tool.
Music's all the same.
Mm-hmm.
Some software just makes it easier.
Yeah.
It's like complaining about a cheap guitar. When
Yeah,
you're not
exactly.
really
When you
that
just
good.
don't know how to play.
Right.
Yeah.
I've handed my cheap ass guitar to people that
Yeah.
played it beautifully.
James.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
For real, I was like, I don't know how to play this solo, and he's like, listen to it one time. We're like, no. I'm like,
Yeah,
God damn,
you can
why
play
did
by
you do
ear.
that?
Jen- he's an extremely talented musician. That's
Oh,
what
nice.
his ear is what makes him such a good sound engineer.
Okay.
He has the pickiest ear I've ever heard in my life.
See,
Every time he
yeah.
gets in my truck, he resets my EQs and shit. He's like, I can't fucking stand it. Like it drives him crazy.
I'm from the 505
Yeah, I
full
get it.
5 on the bass.
Dude, it's all bass for me. Well, and I'm a bass player, so I
Nice. You
I
are?
want to hear the bass line.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Right on. I play guitar. I mean,
Nice. We
I-
should start a band.
We should start a band.
allegedly. Would
Sweet.
that be our name?
Allegedly. That would be a great band name. Depends on what we play.
Yeah.
The three
Nah, dude, I'm a
Miacha
guitar player, but I
hardcore.
haven't played in over a year. I mean, dude, since I got into comedy, I haven't done anything else as far as creative wise.
Art,
Yeah, like I mean, I haven't even picked up my guitar, dude, which sometimes makes me sad. But then I just know I'll
Is
get
that a
back
good
to
thing
it.
or a bad thing?
I think it's good because I've been focusing on what I'm really passionate about now.
yeah.
Dude, I played my bass.
But I feel bad that I'm not passionate about music the same way as I used to be.
Right.
Right.
Well, that's what happened to me when I found podcasting. I was just like, okay, this is what I want to put my attention in.
Right.
But I played the bass for like 2 hours the other day, and I thought of so many jokes. Like I was thinking in jokes, and then
Yeah, yeah,
stopping,
yeah.
writing shit down, and then.
That's cool. Yeah.
Just
Probably
some
the
Mitch
creativity
Hedberg
inspires each
shit.
other.
Right. And if I was playing something that I could play like muscle memory wise without having to think too much about it, then my
Uh-huh.
mind can wander. You know.
Right.
It's like
yeah,
taking a walk
definitely.
listening to classical
I
music.
was
or
going to say, it's
something.
like taking a walk outside. Yeah. It's just clearing your head
totally.
in a way. Yeah.
And it really is, as long like when I'm warming up or doing like bass drills or whatever, it's so monotonous. So if you
Mhm.
can entertain yourself while you're doing that, and TV's not good, you know.
That's what I'm trying
No.
to get out of
Be
this
off.
this trip to Houston.
Yeah.
Is just kind of clearing my head and getting
Good.
away from everything. and
Vacation's a great way to do that.
taking my notebook and I'm just gonna fucking write jokes in the airport
dude.
and,
Nice. Just focus on it the whole
Just
time,
fuck
dude. Like,
around
I
now.
mean, yeah.
and just enjoy my mom, enjoy my
Sure.
stepdad, and
Nice.
enjoy it.
You
And
get
my
along with your stepdad?
fuck yeah,
Oh, cool.
he's an awesome
cool.
guy.
Yeah, oh, yeah, you know him. Cool.
You
That's
should try
awesome.
to just initiate as many conversations as possible. Just get as many different like mindsets input as you can on different topics, and just kind of bait them into conversation and see what you can get.
Would you? Yeah. Would he like? Is he cool? Like he'd go out and have a drink with you or something?
Yeah.
That's cool.
If I
You
told him
could
I was
go-
gonna go do stand up, he'd go with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's cool.
That's
Yeah.
supportive. That's
Yeah,
great.
He's cool. He's definitely supportive.
Man, that's awesome.
He's a
Dude, you gotta let us know if you get up, man. I mean, I know you'll tell us, but let us
Oh,
know
for sure.
beforehand. Like if you're about to go up, be like, "Yo, I'm about to go up."
Yeah.
I want to know, dude.
I'm gonna
We'll all
try.
get nervous.
Not
for
to, not to put any more
But
nerves on it, but
Whatever. I'll disappear and go into the night, and
They'll
nobody will
never
ever
s-
see me again.
dude, that's
I'm not
kind of
that
how you
worried
got to
about
look at it for now.
Yeah,
I mean,
you did it in front of your fiance and her friend and me and Dave.
And you
all
guys
the
all
videos.
laughed,
And
so
you
that's
did
fine.
great.
That's all I care about.
right? Yeah, dude, and just be confident in yourself. And like the thing I always remind myself is, this is my first year. Like this really genuinely has nothing to do with with what happens later on, as far as like jokes I tell or reputations or rumors or anything. None of that shit
Right.
matters now. All that matters is the stage experience.
Just putting in time.
just
So
gotta-
you gotta
you
do
gotta
it
live
and not
in the
worry
now.
about, not really worry about if you fucking bomb or not. It doesn't fucking matter.
Because
Nobody's
the
ever
only
gonna
way
remember.
to actually get to that point that you believe in and you think about, you have to put in the time now. And you
Yeah.
have to work on now, because it's never gonna. It's just a vision in your mind until
Absolutely.
you actually put the effort into doing it.
Yeah,
And that's
I agree
what
with
was relieving about this, because
Yeah, because you've been
I've
envisioning
been in my
it for so
fucking
long.
mind for
Yeah.
fucking a month thinking
I know
about
what you
it,
mean, dude.
and then I never did it.
I think everybody that's
And-
gotten on stage knows what
Knows
you
that
mean.
feeling.
Yeah, and
Just
it's
like-
just like, okay,
Definitely.
I understand what it is now. It's like watching, if you never rode a dirt bike and you've been watching YouTube videos about riding dirt bikes with a GoPro,
Right.
you see that first person view, but it's not the same.
still
It's
gonna
actually
freeze on the
getting
throttle.
on a fucking
Sure.
dirt bike.
Absolutely.
And it's totally different. And it's
Yeah.
the same thing. As soon as I got up there, I was like, okay, I understand. Like, I
Yeah.
got to get up here to actually practice this.
Yeah, it's the only way.
Yeah.
You cannot practice in front of a mirror.
This is
every
totally
day.
different.
It just doesn't work that way.
But at the same time, I was more comfortable up there than I was practicing in the mirror with all that
I
shit
know
that
what
I
you-
was thinking
Well, dude,
about.
it's weird.
And I left out a lot of fucking details that I wish I would have
right, I
thought
know.
about
I
in
do
the
that all
moment.
time. It
I was
kills
like,
me.
fuck, I thought about that earlier and I didn't say it. But at the time, I was just trying to get it all out. And I was like, I know I have this joke, and I know
Yes.
I have this joke, and I have no,
I forget shit
And-
all the time, and when I go back and listen to it, I'm like, God damn it, I forgot that. But that's why you record it, dude.
Yeah.
So you go back and listen to it, and you rewrite it again, and you make sure to like you notice that because you've already realized, okay, I forgot that. I gotta make sure to put that in, and that helps. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you get better.
totally.
That's what, dude. Yeah,
And-
recording sets is invaluable. I will always say that.
For sure. But in my opinion, like the stage time is obviously like the only way to really develop it, but the only way to be slightly confident, like even though you forgot a lot of stuff, you remembered all your jokes and you hit all the crucial points because you put in all that time in your head. Like, I don't know if there's a
Right.
comfortable way to live and do this thing. Like, I feel like you gotta be nervous and insecure
You're
like
gonna be
all
nervous
the time.
But isn't it weird how like you feel those nerves so bad for like maybe at least 2 hours before you're about to go up? Sometimes only an hour,
That
and
was
then
nothing.
after 5 seconds of being on stage, you're comfortable.
Right.
It's so weird. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but
Totally.
it's just the craziest thing, and I enjoy it every time, dude. Because I'm like, I know I'm just gonna be nervous for a little bit, and I know as soon as I hit the stage, I'll just be me,
Right.
and it'll be that,
Totally.
whatever it is.
And
that was my biggest fear, is like worrying about freezing while I was up there. Like, because I would record myself on my phone while I was standing around the house. like,
Right.
telling jokes to myself and
Yeah,
like, this is
I do the same
horrible.
thing, yeah.
This is
Yeah.
fucking horrible.
Right.
And then like I was just so worried that I was gonna get up there and then just stop like I did while I was recording myself.
Right.
But
right.
it was just normal. And
Yeah.
I think luckily starting this podcast a year ago has helped a lot.
I'm
with
sure it
just being able to keep going, because I've
Yeah.
failed at jokes on this podcast for sure.
Hard.
Just like nobody laughs at all. Like, well, we're gonna keep going on with the conversation. That was horrible.
That's
I'm
what
sorry.
you got to do, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
But
I
it's
mean,
like any other
that's-
conversation. If you're going for jokes, you're gonna fall flat at some
Yeah.
point.
and I think, yeah,
They're not all gonna land. If you're going for them a lot, like
You'll hit
It's a numbers
You'll
game,
hit a
baby.
few 3-pointers.
Yeah.
You'll hit a few 3-pointers,
Right.
but you're gonna fucking miss a dunk every now and then.
It's like
it's gonna happen, dude.
Hitting on hot girls, man. It's a numbers game. Like, you're not going to get them all, but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You know? You got to fucking go for it.
It's awesome.
That's how I
What you
think
tell
about it.
yourself,
I don't know.
yeah.
That's how I think about threesomes.
100%. Yeah. Evan got in a snowball.
It's actually a
fight.
lot easier than you think.
Yeah, I could see that. I was willing to roll those dice. Yeah, I figured I could handle it in the moment. I'm a pretty decent, like, in the moment lover.
ITML.
Yeah, I had a
Awesome.
very nice young lady giving me very specific instructions on how to go down on her.
Oh yeah.
And it was the most comforting thing ever.
That's great.
I finally knew,
I wish all
what to
girls
do.
would just be like, this is
Finally
what I
knew
want.
to do.
you know, because I was in a long-term relationship and there was a lot of trial and error there.
Yeah.
Where I had that shit down to a T.
Yeah, yeah.
But all girls are different.
No, I don't like corn dogs in my butt.
Just the stick part.
Now we know.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but all girls are different, and just having that, like, the first time it went down, she was just like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
It's like, I was excited. I'm sorry. And then she just walked me through it.
That's
Everything
nice.
went, you know, to
a
plan.
real life tutorial.
Dude, yeah. And now I
was
have
like
that much more experience.
A puppy boxer with a new toy.
Yeah. But one time I told the story,
You're into that, Phil. Wow.
That's how I am.
right?
I use my teeth though.
Yeah, I
Oh,
come in
Lord.
I gum it.
hot. Right. It's
Gum
the only
it.
way.
Sorry.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know what else. Once the headphones came off, everything else kind of went out the window. I forgot what was going on.
Yeah, it was distracting.
Yeah, you're getting directions on how to eat pussy.
I was gonna say, but it's just like one time on this podcast, I said that I got a rough hand job, and I mentioned nothing about the girl, but she knew it was her because she gave me a rough hand job, and it
She felt
improved
guilty.
drastically.
She knew it was rough.
Right, but just that little bit of criticism that I could have given her in the moment, but I was just trying to do everything not to
ITML.
let it stop.
ITML.
Yeah, I didn't want it to stop,
Yeah.
so I just didn't
just
say
dealt with
anything.
it.
Right, and it
Like
eventually-
sandpaper.
It happened eventually. No, it was just like I was like
Like a vice grip.
yeah, the whole time like
Yeah.
she never looked at my face apparently because it was like
Well, she obviously has some things to learn if she's still just using her hand.
no, but exactly. Well, that was a the golf clap.
That was more than a golf clap.
No,
Thank
that
you
was an
very much.
applause.
Yeah,
Yeah.
applause break, bitch.
Yeah, but she
You can always approve a hand job with a blowjob.
Yeah, it's
Even
easy.
a bad blowjob's way
100%.
better than a shitty
No
hand
mouth
job.
tastes like a
I
vice
agree.
grip.
Oh, but
Sorry.
the next one I got from her was a blowjob, and it was not rough at all. It's beautiful.
Good.
So her next sexual partner, I'm sure, has me to thank for a lot of pain. 'Cause whoever she'd hooked up before that, never said anything.
Oh my
you know?
god.
And I wouldn't have said it to her, but I have a podcast, so of course I'm gonna.
Yeah.
It just dropped out trying to make Coyle laugh, and then we moved on, and she
Oh
took
my
offense.
God.
But the blowjobs and handjobs improved drastically,
Okay,
immensely.
that's awesome. That's so great.
Yeah.
I think even Coelho said was like, well, she's gonna get better giving hand jobs.
Yeah. That's right, dude.
Dude, it's hard out there. You want to fucking be a viable mate, you got to step your game up these days. You got to be able to eat pussy
Damn
multiple ways,
I
dude.
wanted to show you guys one
Dude,
more video
I'm
before
happy.
we decide. to
So
end
is she.
this.
I should have said she's happy. Fuck.
Right.
Have you ever seen the comedian Spartan kick a heckler?
No,
No, but I'm interested.
Definitely.
I figured it would be a decent video.
Oh, this is in Las Vegas. I
Uh-huh.
have seen this. This is great.
Oh, Phil's been mental training for Vegas.
I didn't even know.
I think this is in Vegas.
It is.
I remember seeing this. Yeah.
Go sit down.
This is so fucking awesome.
That guy's got a box on his
I
head.
think he probably has mental problems.
Clearly, dude, no probably about it. He's got aluminum foil on his head.
It might be the six pack that he just drank.
Yeah, this poor fucker's doing comedy.
Looks
for,
like a family-sized lasagna.
He's doing he's
Fucking show, asshole. On the next comic.
wow.
Bring on the next comic.
Stop making fun of me. That's exactly how you get a comedian to stop making fun
Oh,
of you.
dude, this is where it gets good. Please do it.
Yeah. As a comedian, the right thing to do is make a joke, right?
Watch.
Push kick to the fucking solar.
They hated him after that, by the way. Note to self, don't Spartan kick.
Well, you got to defend yourself.
He could have done it a little more. Trust me, dude. This is
Maybe-
coming from me.
maybe
He could have
leg
done it a
kicks.
little bit more diplomatically, dude. He could have even just like tripped him.
Yeah, push
That
kick.
would have been funny at least if he tripped him.
A push kick to the sternum's pretty
The
aggressive.
crowd got turned. Like they were like, "Oh my god!" Yeah.
I think, especially if that's in Vegas, that's when you leave. Ultimate redneck fails.
Oh fuck yes.
This is gonna be awesome.
Please, please, please. Are they dead?
Maybe.
These are great.
That was
You can't feel
Lawnmower.
bad for rednecks, Dave. They're barely people.
man.
Dad.
I'm just kidding.
Unfortunately, I know.
This is my
No.
family.
I make fun of these. No,
Dude,
no.
I'm like
I-
83% redneck.
I feel bad for everybody when I see them in pain. It's
Like
it's
half of
it's
these people are
one of my
probably
flaws.
my family
Ow.
for sure.
No, but you don't. These people are tougher than your average bear.
Dude, bullshit.
Oh.
They're dumber than your average bear. is
Yeah,
what
which
they
makes
are.
them tougher.
Have you ever?
No, it doesn't.
have you ever
Yes.
done anything like that though? That's the
have.
funnest
I've
shit in the
seen
world.
people do shit like that.
I've done that.
Dude, I'm from Georgia. I know rednecks.
Yeah,
I
I've done that.
promise.
I've done this verbatim. Yeah, for sure. Except the four-wheeler
Oh,
landed
yes.
on me.
That looks like a place I installed DirecTV in. See? There's a dish.
Yeah,
There's the fucking dish.
you probably were there. They got a skateboard
That's
and a
the
nice
part.
ramp.
That's
I
the
feel
part
like
I
he's
was.
gonna bottom out hard.
Yeah, he went straight to the ground.
He jumped like 10 feet away from the.
That ramp was a piece of plywood and next to a pillar.
That guy's just like holding a
Pours beer in
beer
his
over it. Oh, this guy's awesome.
Got a fat dude with a beer. Oh yeah, he crushed like a 20 pack under his tits.
Holy fuck. That was just stupid.
That's some fat redneck shit, bro. If you're a fat redneck, it's not that I don't love you.
Oh,
just saying you
fuck.
do crazy
So
shit.
stupid.
Is that a deer?
Yeah, he's boxing a deer.
Oh, he's going to get his ass kicked.
Do you
Yeah.
know hooves are hard, bro?
And they have blades on the other side that'll fucking kill you.
Don't they have kind of claw?
Yeah, like
Claw?
you can.
Yeah.
A deer will slice you open.
Yeah, damn right.
Rednecks. They're so entertaining. This guy's steered his raft made out of two
You guys want to
barrels.
head over to East by soon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 10 till. I mean, I told her we'd be there at 6.
Oh shit, we've really been going.
It doesn't really
All right.
matter. I don't think they're going to be that busy, but I don't want to be a dick, and if they are, I don't want her holding the spot.
Yeah, let's do this.
Thanks for having me,
Yeah,
guys.
plug
So
yourself,
fun.
Dave.
Oh, okay,
What's your Twitter? What's your show?
Okay, so as of now, I'm just the host at the El Rancho open mic every Thursday at 9 p.m. Sign-ups for comics start at 8. Starting next week, Elliot Weber and I are starting a show at Down the Rabbit Hole.
week.
I guess fuck this
Friday,
week.
the
Yeah,
15th.
this Friday the 15th. Thank you.
Yeah, gotcha,
it's
Doc.
going to be a Down the Rabbit Hole open mic night. There's going to be 10 spots for comics, 7 minutes apiece, and sign-ups start at 7:30. We're capping it at 10 to keep the time restraints, and
it
then
classy.
the best comic of the night, according to the crowd applause, will get a free extra drink,
Fuck yeah.
just to hopefully inspire more
I
creativity.
love an extra free drink, Dave.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then other than that, man, just hit me up on Twitter at DaveoLaughs, DaveoLaughs. And thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, and Dave's gonna have a podcast in the future. We'll keep
see.
you guys updated. He's got the bug. He can't help
We'll
himself.
see, dude. I don't know.
I want to make a studio
Studio
in
Fuck
town and maybe charge people to do their podcast there
I really think it's a
by
good
the
idea.
hour.
You can start your own
And I'll
Death
just
Squad
run,
network.
Run all the sound.
That's what
you
we're
know?
working on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're potentially working with the what is it? Comedy showcase.
Durango Comedy Showcase.
Oh,
Yeah.
with Wes.
Yeah.
Cool. You
Yeah,
should.
I think we're gonna be doing
good
some interviews
businessman.
during the competition, and I'm gonna be Phil. I think is gonna sign up. Phil, we'll think about
We'll
it.
see how we are after Houston.
Word.
Dude, I hope you get up in Houston.
If I get
man.
stabbed,
Don't get
Fuck
stabbed.
that, dude. I went to
You're fine.
Arizona.
I'm actually, I'm not that worried
You're
about
way
it.
more vulgar, or way less vulgar than I am. Like,
Vulgar doesn't even do
Even-
it. It's
yeah.
like the reason you'll get stabbed is for race jokes.
And I don't have any
I don't-
race jokes. I'm
no.
mostly
Yeah.
making fun of myself
Yeah.
and my family.
at the
That's great.
worst, I'm sexist. Just kidding. Sorry. I feel like that's
It's okay.
the
Women
least
don't
amount of
carry
hate I
knives.
I
could get
maybe
from our
accidentally
demographic.
ate a deworming medication,
yeah.
but yeah.
Who knows?
All right, let's go get some sushi, fellas. Thank you so
All right.
much, man.
Yeah,
I
thanks for coming
appreciate
on,
you
man.
having me back.
Hell yeah.
Genuinely, thanks.
You can find us at GLW_podcast on Instagram and Twitter, Greenlight Weekend on YouTube and Facebook. If you want to get a hold of us for any business propositions, if you're a local musician and want to potentially have your music featured on the podcast, hit us up at greenlightweekend@gmail.com. We would love to get in touch with you. I want to get as many people involved in this as possible and just grow this thing, make it a big tribe.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. Anything, Phil?
Love yourself.
Love yourselves.
Love
Thank you,
yourselves.
Dave. We love you, brother.
Thanks, man. Love you guys so
Thanks
much.
for
Thank you.
listening. Peace.
Peace out.
Yeah, let that bass walk. Seriously, let's scratch. I don't know what level you're on, man. Triple E's off. I'm on a level. Yeah. Everybody on my level, heating up tea kettle. Always kicking up some dirt, I never let the dust settle. Way we do it, making music records like a precious metal. Heavy metal, bass treble, hotter than the fucking devil. Yeah, it's going full circle, just like we blowing purple like a fully automatic weapon. Yeah, I stay murking, killing shit, it's on the regular. I'm the one that's sitting hers, sending suckers to their grave. Every time I spit a verse, aviating like a bird, saying you might catch a curse. This is Ethan, quick to beef and get to chief and don't be scared. Why you looking so disturbed? Don't forget to use your words. Anticipating triple E to do a bigger hurt. Yeah, I said I never swerve. Cruising in a straight line. Heard it through the grapevine. Sipping at the same time. Cooling with a beverage. Gripping on some leverage. My non-competing messages. I'm in a different sector, bitch. You ain't on my level? Yeah. We're getting there. Everybody on my level, body on my level, everybody on my level, never let the dust settle. Everybody on my level, body on my level, everybody on my level, hotter than the fucking devil. You know I be jamming out, I can't hear them talking about regulating on them haters. What the fuck you talking about? All my shit is rocking out. I'm just trying to scream and shout, hands up on my nuts. I'm on the motherfucking paramount. I don't feel like coming down. Never gonna hear me say that I'm giving up, 'cause I can do this every single day. Give it out for free today. Tomorrow then I'm getting paid. Minnesota to the Bay. Listen up, I'm on my way. Every beat I'm gonna slay, making sure they know my name. Recognize the lyrics, leave a legacy of being great. Triple E and Java people, now I play a different game. Switching up the way you pay, just to set the record straight. Y'all know I've been banging on the drums since like the second grade. Always been the best, I never ever been in second place. Settling for nothing less, so bring your best for goodness sake. I'm gunning for that number one with lots of zeros in the bank, boy. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know if anybody knew everybody on my level, body on my level, everybody on my level, never let the dust settle. Everybody on my level, body on my level, everybody on my level, and I'm hotter than the devil.